like him, inside and outside, through his house with the blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm good, I was need, I was dying, 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 I was need.
All right, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Jumper Punch. Go Blues!
Winners.
Hey,
On fire.
I'm Rocco. We have Paolo. We have Marcello, which are here every week. But today we have a special guest, Mr. Gabriel Rossi.
That's the one. How you doing?
Good, mate. Big Carlton supporter.
Massive Carlton man. Yes, I have.
I know you are.
Since
I know you
my
are.
mum started it. She did.
Yeah.
She used to get into the fights. At footy, man. She actually got in a punch on at the MCG in 1978. Two Melbourne supporters. I'm not making this up.
Did she win?
Fair dinkum.
Did she win?
They waited. Yes, Carlton won, and they
No. Did she win?
Well, there was two Aussie women. They were being a bit racist towards her, and Carlton, you know, they were just pissed off because Carlton were winning and she was barracking. And at 3/4 time, her nephew, my cousin, went to the toilet, comes back and he says, "Tia, those ladies said they're going to get you after the game." And normally we used to leave at the 20-minute mark, but not that day. Mum stayed to the end. These women confronted her, and before they could get their first sentence out, she'd smashed back their Bang. And I've still got the vision in my head as a 7-year-old, Mum standing over these two women on the ground with a clump of hair in each hand. Seriously, true story. So yeah, my mum was mad Carlton supporter.
I love it, man.
Even my kids would, like, last couple of years, it's been hard to keep them on board, yeah?
It's tough.
My
man. It's tough lately,
my son's loving this year, but last year or even 2 years ago, he said, "Do I have to barrack for Carlton?"
Yeah, I know.
And I said to him, "You can barrack for whoever you like, but if it's not Carlton, you can't live here."
Yeah, that's it. I did the same, man. My own daughter and that. You know, if you don't like it, man, I locked them in the room, mate. That was it.
Get out.
Listening to the theme song over and over again now.
Yeah. My son actually was singing the theme song after the Carlton Adelaide game. After the game, sitting in a cubicle having a piss. And the place was full, and this kid was singing at the top of his lungs.
How good's that?
Everyone was on the floor, man.
But how good's that?
He was loving it, man.
That's what it's all
We were
about.
walking back to the car. He had his flag. This old guy comes up to him and goes, "Give me a high five there, little fella." My son, 10 years old, he goes, "Top 4.
I love it. That's great.
I'm telling you, man. The arrogance of Carlton, mate. I'm telling you, it doesn't take much. We're back.
I still feel like a dog that's been beaten up heaps of times, just
Yeah,
waiting
well,
for the
we
next
are.
beating.
Yeah,
You know, I'm still a bit.
We're all
I'm still a bit raw,
We're
man.
going to the pot of gold and someone.
I'm still a bit raw. Still a bit raw.
That's it. Anyway, people who don't know who this is, right, is one of Melbourne's leading WOG comedians. Can we say that?
We
Sure.
can say that.
We can say WOG. But also a global comedian. Didn't you tour 3 tours with the great Joe Avati?
Yeah, we went to the UK. This was back in 03, 05 and 06.
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore because I've got kids now. I'm fucked.
Yeah. That's
It's all over.
They ruin everything, aren't they?
Absolutely everything. Sex
You're a
life.
regular at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Yeah, I do bits and pieces at the festival.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're also a star of a very ethnic Christmas.
No, it's Woggy.
Is it?
Woggy.
Absolutely, I stood my ground on that one.
So you can keep that.
Well, it's just that he's
yes, I remember what-
he's
yes,
only
I
got a
remember what happened
trade.
with this,
He's
yes.
only got a trademark on the word wogs.
So you can use wogging.
It's not, he doesn't have a trademark on that. But even then, like, I dare him. If you do use the word wogs, I dare him to come at me again.
It was
Because
just
after what I did to him last time, I think he'll think twice.
ridiculous. It was
Well, I
way
embarrassed the man,
ridiculous.
and he deserved it. So.
Very ridiculous. I can't believe, like, we're all wogs, mate, and you're trying to, like, work against each other, man. If everyone works together, we're better, man.
Do you understand why no one works with this guy? I mean, it's simple as that.
Plus the football team he follows.
Well,
too.
that's right. Don't worry, they're not. They
Them.
don't even like him. Trust me.
Hey, listen, also seen on such videos as Reservoir Wogs,
That was my first live recording. Yes.
War on Political Correctness,
Well, still
still
fighting that
is,
one.
and FML, Feed Me Lasagna.
Yeah, that was my 20th anniversary.
Actually, I I just got home before. Fuck, I seen this foil tray in the oven.
Uh-oh.
Not in the oven, in the fridge. It hadn't been cooked yet. Lasagna, fresh batch.
Oh, so they're really waiting for it.
Mate, I'm waiting to get home.
What's the ad-
I'm waiting to get
What's
home.
the address?
23. No, I'm not going to give that away.
That's it. That's it. But more importantly, a Carlton fanatic, and I know that for a fact. And you are the admin, the star of one of my favourite Facebook pages. Carlton supporters who can discuss the team like grown-ups.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got sick of the sycophantic pages that, you know, Carlton would cop a 100-point beating and they'd be up there saying, oh, but we tried really hard and we're getting better each week. No, we're not. We were getting smashed. I don't want to hear how bloody, you know, one guy got a touch in the third quarter and it did good. I want to, you know, if we need a place to vent, that's what I think.
100%.
I really
man.
like him. You know why? He used my favourite word.
What's that?
Sycophantic.
Yes.
A sycophant.
It's one of my
I
favourite
mean,
words.
look, I love the loyalty and the support that people give the
You've got to be
Blues.
realistic.
But if we're going bad, you
I'm
don't sit
banned
there.
off all those pages.
Yeah.
You gotta be able
He's
to.
the best man.
And I'm banned off Carlton still.
Yeah,
He
no,
is
calm
still
about
yeah.
it.
Well, I'm banned off Facebook for 30 days again.
Again.
Number 5 in
Yeah,
6-7 months.
Yeah, they're grouse.
I've lost 3 TikTok accounts this year too.
Nah, don't worry about it, man. It's seriously.
You're here.
You're here. Hey, they can't ban you off here, I'll tell
They
you
could.
that much.
They could.
Well, they
They could.
could.
Well, don't you put this on Facebook?
Yeah? What are you going to say to ban me? I'll edit it out.
Someone will probably say the word punch is like violence. That's all it takes,
We've
mate.
done a lot worse.
It's only
than
one
that.
Karen. You
We've
need
done
one
a
Karen
lot
to
worse
report you,
than
mate.
That's exactly right.
We've done a lot worse than that.
I'm sure Collingwood supporters would smash this page if they had a chance.
We've actually got a couple
We've
of
got a
Carlton
couple.
supporters that
They
watch.
actually watch.
But they're meddled, mate. They got nothing, right? So they
Well,
come
they
here
are.
and they go, at least they got
They
some
do.
sort of entertainment.
Yeah.
You got to see what they try to put together.
Well, they don't have the money
They haven't got the brains.
And even if they did, they'd spend it on...
on other things.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
listen, let's get some coffee straight away.
Yeah.
And then we'll get straight into this.
Yep. Brought to you by
Melbourne
Coffee Roasting Co.
Melbourne Coffee
Coffee
Roasting
Use
Co.
Carlton
Do you
for
use that coffee? Melbourne Coffee Roasting Co.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And who else?
Marino Bros.
Merino Bros.
Ka-ching, can you hear it? Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Marino Bros.
Hey.
Marino Bros.
We don't sell ourselves here.
No, no.
Anyway, go to Merino Bros.
Spend $60 as the usual if you're brand new. Spend $60 and you'll get free shipping. And if you order before 12 a.m., you'll get free next day delivery.
Next day delivery. Hey, I'm telling you, Merino Brothers, last week we mentioned the Rapi,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like it up there.
Mate, they've been selling them like hotcakes, mate. Even the Australians have been going there and buying this shit.
The Aussies, remember they used to make fun of us when we used to bring
Yeah.
the focaccia. Now they pay $17 each.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, the bruschetta always say this.
Bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
Bruschettas.
I hate the way they say bruschetta.
Yeah.
It does my head in.
You're right, bruschetta.
I hate it.
Or
That was our
bruschetta.
peasant food because we didn't want to throw it away. Now they pay big bucks for
That's
it, you dickheads. Anyway, hey, do you know the number?
Yeah, it's 1995.
Oh!
Didn't even have to
He
think.
knows. He actually knows.
Bang.
I'm impressed.
I think that's that's 2 of like 5 guests.
True fan. True. Hey, how we going?
Sorry,
Yes,
you were-
mate. 8 and 2. 8 and 2. We're on our way, mate. No, September. No, I can't, man. I'm busy. We've got finals. What are you talking about? No, I can't do it. Sorry. Listen, just get me some coffees, and let's see. You know what? We've got a special guest here, so let's have an hambúrguer de mangiare here. Some food. All right, done. Thank you. Ciao. All right, that's coming. You have to pick it
Am
up.
I doing the hard?
COVID.
I'm always doing the hard labour, mate.
the
What's going
COVID,
on
mate.
here? What's happening, mate?
You got the COVID. You got the COVID. So we got to do
He's
it.
got the COVID.
He's got COVID too.
No, I'm good.
No, well, because of the COVID, we can't get the delivery.
Really?
Yeah, so he's
No,
got to go pick
well
it
now
up.
no one wants to work anymore, so there's no workers
Yeah,
on
they leave
the
it
road
at the
and
door. They
anything.
leave it at the door.
Lord.
All
What if-
lazy.
So
Yeah,
what if
they,
they spit on the food then?
Well, then we can't have it. Oh, look at this.
They teleported it over.
Jesus.
You got it? Yeah,
That's
I've
quick.
got it. All good.
That's quick.
I've got it.
Mate, this is delivered. This is reservoir. Look at the V8s here.
Oh,
love
I
it.
love this is the shit right here. That
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
there.
the one, mate.
That's the shit.
All right.
It actually is
Today
the shit
we're
because the
gonna
next
have
day
some-
tomorrow when I do a shit, it's gonna.
Exactly.
It is.
Yes.
It is the shit.
Now,
We're
they
playing.
said before the show started, Rocco and Mars said we're not going to pour the grappa into the coffee.
Because we were thinking
Nah.
about.
We're
You
winners.
what'd you say? Oh, we
We're
don't need
winners.
the Medicina.
We don't need it this week.
I'm a superstitious man when it
Yeah,
comes to
but
these
we
sort of
had it
things.
when we lost against the
Doesn't
Suns
matter.
and
Doesn't matter.
Fremantle. So
You
doesn't
don't.
mean shit.
You do not break.
Doesn't mean
You
anything.
do not break it.
Doesn't mean anything.
That's why I'm having a bit of food because I can't have that shit on an empty stomach.
Doesn't mean anything. Because they're watching.
Don't worry about it. Listen, and then later on,
Can I just
we're going to have a
ask?
little bit of
How did this cabana get in there?
Yeah,
That's the Aussie shit, right?
I know, but the cabana
You like
still is
cabana?
one. I love
I can't
cabana.
stand it.
Can't you?
with it, guys.
I love
2
cabana.
second rule.
2 second rule.
I
Yeah,
can't
down
stand
it.
Don't you love cabana?
Look, I
It's
like
one
it.
of the things.
I don't like it.
Don't you? Oh man, I eat it. Sometimes I just get a stick and
I
just eat
reckon
it
it's
with bread, mate.
fetched in merda.
But I reckon it's a bit, I reckon he's selling out to the skips, I reckon.
I don't like it.
I don't hate it. I
But
don't
you
hate
can
it.
like it. It's fair. I don't.
I mean,
I appreciate that I can like it. Thanks, mate.
yeah, but the
No,
thing
no.
is, what next? You're going to
very
put
much.
craft singles in here as
Yeah.
well? That's the next thing you're gonna...
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
Well,
craft
it's
singers.
dirty
but
with the like toasty with ham
Hey,
and
listen.
tomato. That's dirty. I love it.
What?
Don't bloody fucking think my wogness I am.
Oh no, this guy's the biggest
Don't
one I've
worry,
ever
I've
met.
already had that come up this week.
I know.
Not the wogness, but something else, which I'll get to.
Still
I
salty. Still
He's been
salty.
going on about.
There you
No.
go.
I can't, mate.
Thank
I
you.
can't. Oh, shit, yeah. I can't. No, are these a little bit? Are they still warm?
Yeah, they just.
Did you
get
push? Oh, Jesus Christ, I just got drunk on the fumes, man.
All right, we got to let him.
Salud.
Cheers, big ears to the
Plenty
blue
of baggers.
boys.
10 done. It might be a bit quick.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Ming.
Oh, mate, you know, it reminds me of a story. My brother, you remember how we used to get Slade's lemonade delivered?
Oh
Yeah.
in the
Remember
orange
those?
cartons. In
Yeah,
the orange,
remember those?
orange
Not
things.
only we used to go down to Tomo and pick it up at the thing.
Well, my mum used to
Slades.
make,
Fuck.
used to make the grappa, yeah?
Yeah.
And she used to use the empty Slade's
Oh, the
bottle.
Slade
Oh my
bottles.
God.
So my brother comes home thirsty
it's
from
water.
school. Once thought he was lemonade. He sculled it. He burnt his throat. The banana.
That's the best, man.
He had rocket fuel in him.
He took off.
That's the best, man.
He went around in circles for about 10
Hey, for
minutes.
someone who,
And you know what happened? And he
for
stopped.
someone who Australianised the bloody.
I like
Ah,
it.
he fucking loves it.
Slaughtering them.
I didn't say it wasn't bad. I just said it was skippy.
It is
Some skippy food's good,
It
mate.
is some skippy.
I like a barbecue meat pie, roast.
I like
We
the
didn't have
barbecue.
roast.
But we got to do the barbecue.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but we didn't. The wogs don't make roasts. We never used to. Only when my brother comes home once and says, "I went and had a roast lamb at Rodney's house the other day, and my mum felt bad, so she started making roast."
And then she
Otherwise, she would have been passed every
That's
fucking
it.
day. But anyway,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, a little.
Hey, there was a game this week.
There was a game this
So
week.
I'm going to tell you my story. This is a bit of Rocco's
This
journal
is a
now.
good story. This is a very good story.
So let's have a bit of a look at this first video and see where I was watching this game from.
These seats are fucking unbelievable. I feel like I'm, hey, just like this. Stepping up in the world. Hey, I'll say something here.
It was actually good, man.
Still couldn't get that in focus too.
Yeah, I know. Look at this. This is the Kerno goal. Oh, it's beautiful. I was sitting next to Ed there.
Oh, that was a set shot.
Yeah, that's it.
Not the one on the run. The one on the run was. Oh,
that was the moment I thought, oh, we're on. Remember we were a bit slow at the start, and I kicked the first two.
Who's this? Who's this coming up?
oh, Rash.
Rash is there. What an atmosphere at the end of the game, man. What an atmosphere. It was really good. So I got invited up there.
Well, now he's in the.
Did you know that was the biggest
Ooh la la, you are.
Now.
That was the
You don't
biggest
want to sit
crowd.
with us anymore.
biggest crowd?
So we don't want you there anyway. You don't
Biggest-
get rowdy.
No, but that was the
like
biggest crowd
It's all right.
Carlton Sydney.
You stay up.
I'll
think
go
ever.
up there.
Was
You
it
stay in the
biggest
cheap
crowd
seats.
Carlton
Biggest
Sydney?
biggest
think
crowd,
so, yeah.
biggest home and away crowd, Carlton
Yeah.
Sydney, yeah.
Yeah.
40,
was
just
huge,
under
man.
45.
Rocked up.
45,
We
man.
rocked up.
That's it.
Typical
And
short
we said it last week, man. Rock up. Everyone better rock up, and they did, mate. Anyway, have a look at this photo. These are the guys
that invited me up. So you've got Emad. Listen to these names. Emad. Shay is the one next to me. He's the one who got the
We're
box.
starting from left to right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And then you got Omar, and then you got Mubaka.
Mubaka.
Murbaka.
Is he in
So
relation to Chewbacca?
Yeah, could be. Now these are the kids. Look at the kids. They were a bit starstruck, but look at the kids here. Hey, Mucky Cats!
You're the mucky cats.
Hey, this is Zach to the left. Mars
Yep.
next
Mars.
to me.
Can't take my name.
Yeah, he's got Mars.
No,
and
you
then
can't.
Moody. And these kids, mate, that Moody, the last minute he was that nervous. I'm going, mate, they can't kick 3 goals in a minute. He's sitting there going, I can't watch, man. So he was loving it. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden,
awesome.
who walks in? Have a look at this.
Who does walk in? What are we looking at here?
Who are we looking?
Oh, no, there.
Who we got? We got Parks,
Parky.
McGovern.
McGovern,
Nunes.
Nunes,
Boyd.
Boyd.
Oscar. Is that McDonald? No.
Who was that in the
No,
Zoom?
that's Setterfield.
Setterfield.
Yeah.
We've got the chops. And
Ed.
we've got Ed Kerno.
And Paddy Wow.
And Paddy Wow at the back there.
Wow.
So,
That's impressive.
apparently they were just outside. The bloke walks outside. What are you doing? Right? They know where to go. They were going to go down. He goes, come inside the box. And they come inside the box and watch half the game. So, I'm sitting there, I swear, next to Ed Kerno for the first half. And we're discussing Charlie's goals, you know? Like, it was like surreal, mate.
Analysing and breaking
Yeah,
them
I
down.
know. So, it was a really, really...
Now, the one thing I wanted to know, did they, like, get right stuck into
I
it?
was shocked.
Like, as in,
They
like,
rowdy?
come on, like...
Shocked.
Oh, really?
yeah,
All
like,
really?
fuck
All of
yeah.
them. So
I
they're
love
in there
that.
and they're going, go, go, go. Oh, no. You know, like I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
they were fans.
They were
they were
fans.
fans.
I love hearing that shit.
Well,
They were
well,
fans.
you'd fucking hope so.
So the few little bits of insight I'll give you. So I didn't want to be that fan where you bust
Nah,
their
yeah.
chops, you know?
Just watch the game.
I don't mean to go,
I
yo,
did.
just let me ill. Let me what?
But I spoke to Kerno. So Kerno reckons round 14 he's right to go, right?
We won't walk straight back in.
Nah, I don't think he thinks that. He just says, all he said was,
He's
I
back
just
fit.
want to be 100% fit
If I
and
get a
ready
call
to
up.
go if I need to go. I don't,
Yeah.
because of these injuries, he knows it's like coming up to.
Yeah.
So he wants to be ready,
twilight.
and if they need him, he's going
Yep.
to give it his 100%.
What exactly was his issue? I know a little bit.
So he strained. It was a medial strain in the knee, and then he hurt his calf as he was coming back from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll be ready. And the other thing, I was talking to Boyd, and I said to him, "What's the feeling around the club? Tell me now. Like, how's it feel? You know?" And he goes, "I was at the Doggies." And he goes, it feels exactly like it felt at the Doggies like
they won
last. Well, I don't think he was there at the flag, so I think he's talking about last
like
year.
prelim and
Was it
all that.
last year?
When they made the grand final.
Yeah,
last year
when
they
it-
made the grand final.
So he said that it was a very similar feeling around the club to what, and he's been to both. So I took a little bit of heart in that, saying that they were pumped, mate. They were pumped, mate.
Good.
Well, they
So-
should be.
That's cheating, mate.
I did.
Yeah, we
Weight
will.
Watchers, mate.
Hey, listen, I've actually got a video of Carlton's transformation in the last 4 years.
Okay,
Have a
here
look
we
at
go.
this.
Let's have a look. All right, let's have a look.
This is gonna
There you go. That's the Carlton transformation in the last 4
Oh,
years.
that's the Carlton transformation.
Yeah, that's a Carlton
rebuild.
transformation. Well, she was wearing Carlton gear at the start.
be. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. We've turned into superheroes, mate. How's that been? How's that been? All right, that was
Who was that girl for real?
No, I don't know. Listen, anyone? She posted it.
It's a good analogy. It's a good
She's
comparison.
pretty happy with her achievement. The main thing there is the achievement. She's reached her goal,
Yeah.
and this is what we're doing. We're reaching our goal.
Yeah.
You missed the drug taking phase there.
Yeah, that's it. The
Oh,
drug-
sorry, Essendon.
Okay,
Yes, in the face.
I've
Yeah.
got reason to believe her PT was Stephen Dank.
Oh, really?
Hey, listen, since we got Mr. Rossi here, let's have a look at this video when you were a very young man.
You're saying I'm old.
I was going to say, it couldn't have been that.
Looking around Australia now, look, for what it's worth, yes, my background's Italian. I've got Italian parents, but I'm Australian born. So I'm a staunchly proud Aussie, even though my mates call me Wog to remind me I'm not welcome, right? And the thing is, I love this country and I love the sense of humour, but there's always the us and them mentality. And Aussies love to give it to us Italians, you know? But I've I've pretty much got an answer for everything. You know, for example, an Aussie bloke said to me the other day, how come all you Italians own 10 houses? I said, I don't know, man. I think it's because we've all got jobs. Right? And then I said, by the way, your rent's late. Now, the thing is with that, right, he got the shit and he goes, yeah, it's got nothing to do with jobs, it's because all you bloody Italians are in the mafia, all right? And I said, hey, ease up, son. Don't know enough about the mafia. I've got a theory that Australians could never have a mafia of their own because, for a start, it's organised crime.
When was that?
That particular video, I think, was from probably 15 years ago, mate. Around 2005, 2006, something like that.
It looks it.
Yeah.
It definitely looks it.
Well,
It looks
still,
sharp.
at least you can still say I was chubby there. At least I haven't got porked up.
No.
I just gotten grey. And
No.
the goatee I had to get rid of because I look like Colonel Sanders.
Hey, let's yeah, that's right. Hey, let's have a look at you when I reckon. Well, I reckon you looked your best, but I reckon the person next to you made you look even better, or she. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's have a look at this photo.
The hell?
Oh,
Well, that was also from 2006. Yeah.
yeah. So that was the same year.
Yeah,
So
around
where
that time.
this is a photo, you got married where?
In Siena.
In Siena.
Oh, wow.
You know that was like the Godfather scene when you were walking down.
Michael
the
and Apollonia.
Yeah. And I was just as scared.
Yeah.
And I knew at that moment that, just like in The Godfather, I knew right at that moment my life was finished.
Exactly. Hey, tell us. You tell this story about when you went to get your marriage license.
Oh yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't a marriage license as such. So what actually happened? I needed to get a permit from the local council in Siena. Right. So I went into the office of the council's there. It was like 10:30 in the morning. I went up to the counter. I said, "I'm getting married here on Sunday. I just need this document signed." I'd already had the paperwork. He goes, "I'm sorry, but the lady you needed to talk to, she's not here." I go, "When will she be back?" And he just went, because in Italy, when they don't know something, their necks just fuck off, right? And that's like a legitimate answer, right? So I had other shit to do. Right? So I thought, all right, look, I'll come back this afternoon. He goes, okay. Anyway, 4 hours later, I go back, and there's the same bloke at the counter. I walk up the counter. Before I open my mouth, he goes, "I'm sorry, she not come back yet." Because that's what's happened. She's gone home, probably had a sleep on the couch.
That's it.
Right? And it was like 2:30, and I think, if I wasn't mistaken, I think they're closing at 3 o'clock.
Right.
So now I'm panicking, right? There's no paperwork, no wedding, yeah?
Correct.
So I said, what am I going to do? I've got this paperwork that needs signed, and if I don't get it signed, you know, I can't get married. And he looks at the paper, he goes, okay, I can sign for you. And I said, why didn't you tell me that 4 hours ago? He goes, you didn't ask. So yeah, we got it signed. We got married. It was May 14, 2006. So we just celebrated 16 years last week.
Wow.
Congratulations.
And so that was in Siena. And when we had our first daughter, or first child, her name's Sienna May. That's what I thought of that.
Yeah, mate.
I'm the romantic guy.
Nice.
I said, honey, this is a wedding night. We just, you know. And I said to her, I said, if we ever have a daughter, we should call her Sienna May. And my wife says, no, I don't like it.
Really?
At first. But
Convince her
2 years later, we got pregnant.
Just
and
the way you convinced her to marry her, you convinced her about the name.
well, the way I convinced her to marry her, she figured that out real quick. I was too late though.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah, she's not going to go nowhere.
So yeah, no, Sienna May got a nice story behind that.
Nice, man. I like it. Good photo there, man. There's some good memories there. Hey, listen. While we're here,
Yep.
let's
Let's.
do the next sponsor. Go. Hey!
Mangiare Football.
Mangiare
Proudly
Football.
sponsored by Top Dog Liquor, the boys down there. Lyndon Hosking do a good
Lyndon
job.
Hosking. Now, first of all, the
Yes.
photo. We got lots of
Oh,
messages.
yes, we did get lots of messages.
And it's Alberto Sordi.
Alberto Sordi.
And he was in a movie called
Sordi.
Uno Americano a Roma.
Okay.
American
there
in
you
Rome.
Yeah.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
It's like
so-
American Wealth in London. Remember that?
Yeah, that's it. That was a top movie. Yes, yes. All right, so we got a couple of people for the comp. Last week there was a winner. This week we have Luigi Trotti. We already heard about him.
Trotti.
Have a look at this photo.
He's in Milan, is he?
This one's a pizzoccheri. This is made with buckwheat.
Buckwheat. Heath Buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
Yep.
Yeah,
Heath
buckwheat pasta and greens and that. It's a traditional northern cold like meal.
Now, is he in Milan?
He's the one
Was
that's
he
in
Trotti?
Milan. He's
That's
the one.
amazing.
We have got.
Look, he's watching from Milan.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
He's from
And
Milan.
we've got viewers in Calabria.
Calabria.
Our cugine.
There you go.
Yeah, Nicola. There was somebody on the fan cams from Malta.
Really?
Malta, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jack Di Gabriele.
But he goes for fucking Inter, so.
Okay, well, yeah, that's...
Well, this bloke goes for you,
Yeah, I know.
Did you know that's why a lot of the Italians actually back for Collingwood? Because when they got here, they saw the jumpers and thought it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're obviously the ones that weren't thinking.
That one.
Yeah.
Right.
And when
Uneducated.
Hey, listen, we got another one.
No
Look at
teeth.
this bloke here. Matt O'Connor.
Oh, yes, a little fella.
With
How did
Jaden.
it go?
That's the way you
Mate,
eat. Look at his
look
eye.
at that. Nobel. Beautiful.
What did you say his name was?
Matt O'Connor.
So that's Matt O'Connor, and this is Jaden.
Matt O'Connor and Jaden. More skips on the show.
Yeah.
You've sold out, mate.
They love it.
No, it's great.
They love
Look
it.
at that. They're getting woggified.
So there you go. So they're the two entries for this week. Who are we going to pick?
What, do you want to pay the postage to Milan?
Unfortunately,
I don't think we do. I don't think there's
Luigi,
international
you're not going to get a
What's the
top.
prize though? What do they get?
So you get a top from our merch.
Yeah. One of
So
our,
this is one of our tops.
It's hoodwinked. We got the
We got the
Turn
jumper
around,
punch,
you
jumper
can
punch
turn
hoodie.
around.
and on the back
Giro.
it's
Don't get hoodwinked.
don't get hoodwinked, mate.
Okay.
Don't
The
ever
other
get-
one
don't ever
is
get hoodwinked.
the other one is a Macchiazza top. Yeah, so you get a choice. So
I think
definitely
young
Jaden or Matt O'Connor.
Yeah, I think we're going to give it there.
Give us contact us and we'll get you
Don't
one of
worry,
those
we'll
tops.
sort out.
I love how the
We'll
Aussies.
sort out Luigi. We
I love how the
Luigi.
Aussies are on board because of our food. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, look, it's like when we first got here. They're all like, "Oh, look at these bloody Italians and greasy wogs coming in, taking over these houses. Oh, bloody wish they'd all go away, but fuck, that spaghetti's nice."
Bloody oath, man. Well, that's like my old man used to go. He used to be in the fish and the chips.
Remember they used to call the fish and chip shops back in the old day the greasy wog shop?
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. They're all Asians.
They were like, can't do that. Can't do that. Hey, listen. Also, you make sure you get onto our merch.
Yep, get on the merch.
And the new Jumper Punch channel. Remember, get on
Yes,
there.
subscribe, like,
Last
comment.
week was a huge one.
Yep.
Hey.
Number 35. He's
Number
mean,
35,
he's mean, he's
Dino,
mean,
one
Dean.
of the great defenders,
Champion.
man.
He'd be liking the work of Weeder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be loving that.
100%.
Loves it. He actually loving the way Carlton's going at the moment.
Well, he would have been quiet for 20 years. Though.
So we should.
Yeah, yeah. But great man. So
He was a
and
very,
now,
very good clubman, that man. Very loyal.
100%. And he says that, like he was very loyal to the club.
100%.
He's very loyal. He stayed.
He got offers towards the end, I reckon. I'm pretty sure he got offers after the 95 grand final. That was
I don't think he really did.
I reckon he got some, but I reckon
He
just
said
was
he
like,
didn't. He only got like he had a little bit of interest, but he was never going to go.
That's
he was
right.
never going to go. He was never going to go. He loved it, and so that was it. All right. So you get on there this week. Far out. The interviews this week is just like you're
This
not
could
going to.
like be goat status interview.
Yeah, we got two.
We got two big.
Oh,
ones.
yeah. Oh, yes, that's right.
Two
We do.
big ones.
Two huge.
One of them tossed the
Enormous.
coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them tossed the coin.
how'd
Anyway,
you get that one, man?
There's a great man by the name of
so
Vince
we have to.
Sinatra.
Oh, that guy.
Vince,
Yeah, I know Vince
Lozano,
very well.
thanks again. And
Does
this
his
week,
stuff in the
this
background.
week we're going to go for another road trip to go and see someone else. Yeah, so
Who's coming up on this road trip? Oh, okay. Oh, really?
yeah,
Is that a road trip, is it?
yeah. But
Okay.
he's up
Are
somewhere.
you guys dreading the buy as much as I am?
Why?
Yes, a bit.
Oh, man. 'cause
Yeah.
in years gone by, it was a relief, but this year it's like, fuck.
It's like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the footy. I'm enjoying the footy. I
Because
don't
of
want a
this-
week off.
Because of this
Great.
show, we're kind of like always busy, like
Yeah.
thinking about it, talking about
Our
it.
buy show is going to be fantastic, though.
Oh, there's a big guest on there too. Far out.
Yeah, no, I don't want this buy. I don't want the momentum to stop.
Oh,
mate.
no.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
a
I
fair
know.
point. It's a fair point.
Who we
Anyway.
got? We got Essendon the first week. Oh, that's another buy.
You mean the buy?
Another buy, yeah, that's it.
2 buys in a row.
Actually, we've got 3 buys.
Three
Next-
buys, Collingwood.
Next week a buy too, mate.
Oh, I hope those words don't come bite me on the arse.
Nah, come
One
on.
week at a time.
Nah, comfortable. Hey, listen, number 36.
Yep.
You remember this bloke?
Here we go.
No, wait a sec. I'll go back. All right. I was going to say, you are a great Italian
Yes.
personality in Melbourne.
Sort
Did
of.
you ever want to hit the heights of this bloke here?
Show me.
Grand style, grand style, grand style. For the years have been selling, selling, and selling. But this boy here is a numero uno. Incredibile. Come here. Do you want to find a job? Or you want to buy a house? Or you want to buy and sell a motor car? This is the fella, Hick Potter. He's so good, believe me. I wish he come and work for me. But he like work for the age. Mamma mia, what I have to do? Listen, I make you offer which you can't refuse, eh?
Is he a great man?
I tried that line on an Aussie. I said, I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. A slab.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly right.
I used to know, I learned the words to his commercials off by heart.
Yeah.
What is it? Se mi mobili volete comprare da Franco dovere andare. I'm not the Melbourne. Do you know what Franco Cotto said to the guy that stood in a bucket of grey paint? Hey, your food is grey. You know what he said to a guy that wasn't very smart? Mate, you're Brunswick.
Very good, very good. I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right, now we can go into episode.
All right, we'll go to episode 36. Who is this bloke here, everyone?
Let's have a look.
All right.
Bob something, I don't know.
Peter Falcone.
Of course. Who the fuck's that?
62 to 63, 24 games, 33 goals, polled 11 Brownlow votes in his first 14 games.
There you go.
And played in the 62 grand final, lost to Essendon. The reason I got him is, first of all, his playing weight was 60 Ks.
60 kg.
Yeah.
Far out.
That would be-
slight.
That
He's
is
like
slight.
Dow.
No, Dow would be more than that. Dow'd be
That's
80.
that's heavy.
And
Dow's
plus,
like 70. Okay.
there was some video on him, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at this
Did he
video.
win the
There we
ball?
go.
No, I don't know if he gets the ball.
He got it.
He got
He's
it.
got it.
Oh,
He got it.
That's a sling
No,
tackle.
sling tackles were acceptable in those days.
yeah, that's
That's
it.
50.
No, he didn't get it. They had to give it
Oh.
back.
Well, he
He
got,
got
the
it, he got
ball. He got it.
No, he's going to lose it. Run, man,
At
run.
least we've got some footage of him.
Yeah,
He's actually involved with the play.
here he goes.
Well, you'd hope he gets 11 Brownlow votes.
Those shorts are the size of a potato.
Yeah, no, they're huge, man.
He kicked it there. So he's got the ball.
No,
Hard
he
one.
got the ball this
Oh,
one, yeah.
mate, he's hard. He gets in there.
It's tough.
Bit of Zach Fisher.
It's tough, yeah, a bit of Zach.
So am I right? Is his background Italian? Or?
Falcone.
Falcone.
Oh, Falconer.
E-R, I
Could have
think,
been
is it?
Falconer.
Is
It could have been Falcone, no,
It's
Falconer.
No, it's easy.
Falconer.
Could be Falcone, yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's how the Italians say the name of the car. Ford de Falconer.
No,
Falcone.
yeah, that's it, the Falcone. Look, he kicks the goal.
Oh,
Yes.
that's got to be the first.
We got one.
It has to be a world. That's a world first.
We got one.
That old
got
footage
it.
from before the 50s where someone's kicked a goal. Well done, Rocco.
And they've touched them more
It was
than
in
once.
the 60s, but
Oh, 60s, there you go. Was it
62
60s?
to
Yeah, that was
63.
60s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what about this bloke? Peter McLean.
Was
He's
it
a relation.
80s?
That's a relation to Brock, isn't it?
Nah, it's not.
Isn't it?
80s?
Wait, didn't we?
There's another four. There's another three
Nah.
that are.
There are. He's not.
He
But
had
he's
some
not.
part. Oh, really?
Yeah, there's four, but he's not.
He's
But I
80s?
looked it up.
Nah,
Nah, 66, 68, 48 games, 5 goals, premiership player in 68.
That's all that matters.
Now, the reason I got him was this. Fresh from a premiership from Melbourne in 64, he joined Ron Barassi at Carlton. Okay? He was the 20th man in the 68 premiership. And the reason he left Melbourne was being the 19th man in the 64 flag never made it onto the ground. Quote, Ken Emsal, the 20th man, got a run, but I just sat there. It's a very unusual feeling. I've done enough during the season to feel part of the win, but I didn't really feel part of it, if you know what I mean. So he left and he came to Carlton, yeah. So that's the reason. Have a look at this, man. There's some footage of him too. He wasn't a bad footy player. He just got involved for nothing there. That was Big Nick.
Oh,
Gould.
That was good, you're right. It was good, yeah.
Who was number 21? Gill. Barry Gill. I think.
Gill?
Yeah, you're right.
Look at this. Oh, that's a bit of a Kerno kick around the corner. Look, he taps it on. Bang!
it's a bit of Kennedy on fucking what's his name? On Doherty.
That was handy when he did that. Kennedy. Did you see that? Straight off the ground.
Yeah, that's the best. Oh, nice mark.
We found 2 this week.
Yeah, no, there was a bit of footage on these blokes, yeah.
On your Butchie Gale.
On your book, yeah. He's got big hands to hold the ball with one hand.
Yeah,
He's
so
got
there
big
you
hands.
go. There's Peter McLean. All right, let's get someone that we know.
Yep.
Let's have, who's this bloke?
Let's have a look.
Hamill.
Okay, 96 to the 2000, 92 games. Unfortunately, didn't get to that 100. 114 goals. He was part of the Whitnell-Hamill duo up forward. Could be the best until now for Carlton.
Oh, for Carlton.
Yeah, we haven't had much.
Well, who are the double?
Oh, what about Fev?
Wade and
Fev
Fev.
and
Wade and Fev.
Fev and Wade. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Fev and Eddie.
Fev and Eddie.
Nah, you can't.
Why not?
I'm talking big.
Big
forward.
man.
Fev and Wade.
Fev and Wade.
Anyway, arguably.
Arguably, that's correct.
We
That's
argued
exactly
well
right.
against it too, I thought.
Exactly
No,
right.
I don't care.
Fev and Wade is probably like
I'm holding
900 goal
I'm holding the clipboard. Best fucking duo. At the end of 2000 season, Hammer was asked for a trade to St Kilda after he alleged President John Elliott insulted him at a season function. Now, who did we get for Hamill?
Well, that's a good question.
Well, we're meant to get Goddard. Oh, well.
No, no.
Pick? No.
No.
Oh, I know.
We got a pick.
Oh boy.
We just lost the footy. Fuck that.
Oh boy.
The footy.
What's going on here, mate? There's some
There's a little
spirit
bit.
in the
You
room.
know what that was? Because they were upset with this, that you don't agree with the thing, mate. That's it.
Oh, Crocs.
We got a pick for him.
Pick one?
No.
No?
Pick 4. And who did we pick?
Someone like Luke Livingston or something.
We did
Yeah,
pick
we
up
did
Luke
Livingston.
Livingston.
Dr. Livingston.
Yeah, it
Oh, my
was.
God.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Let's have a look at this video.
Luke Livingston. Fuck me, dude.
There you go. Man, the bloke was a beast.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, that was a bad loss when we lost him.
Kicked a big goal in that 99.
That was when he got.
He kicked a massive goal from like 55 out.
Oh, him and Whitnell
Huge
both
goal.
kicked the 2 goals.
Massive goals. Huge.
Johns.
That was when he got reported before the grand final, and they got him off. Elliot
Yeah.
got him off.
Of course,
Yeah, Elliot got
Brown
him off.
paper bags there.
Yeah.
When you say something like Elliot got him off, I've got a different vision. I'm just saying. Choose your words, you know.
Pepperoni, it's only a
Natty
skinny.
Lappin. Skinny Lappin.
Skinny, yeah.
He was a beast, man. I loved Hamill.
Big boy.
Yeah, no, we all did.
Spewing when he left was a massive
He
shock.
should have been the one to bring Fev through. I mean, like, he turned into a star, but he should have been the one.
Yeah. Well, imagine him and Fed.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's right. Far out.
In a way, though, we almost dodged a bullet because he kept getting injured, remember?
He did. But we got Livingston, so I would have rather.
He was bone china, Livingston.
I would have rather an injured Hamill than Livingston. He was pick 4. They gave him number 4, que vergonha.
Yeah.
Mate. Anyway, so they were good. But
Yep.
who's the best? Who's this
36.
bloke?
Oh, there's only one.
Sellers.
It's not even a question.
There's no contest.
My older sister used to idolise that man.
Look at him, man. He's a rock star.
As if I thought you would. Was Darren Pfeiffer 36 for Carlton?
Yes.
Was he 36 or 34?
I can't put everyone in.
I,
It was 5.
I thought he was the best.
Pretty sure.
We got a few. Hey,
no, man.
who's 36 now? Have we got a 36 now?
Josh Honey? No.
Nah, he's
30.
I'll look it up.
he's 16.
Who is the 36?
Anyway, while you look him up, what we're going to do is...
My favourite every time. What? Hey, Trent Spawn, honourable mention.
Spawn?
He's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Honourable
best
mention
36.
Trent Spawn.
Honourable mention.
Honourable
he-
mention, Trent
Like,
Spawn.
low key, he was a fucking dead shit. Sorry. But, fuck it, he was bad. But anyway, yeah. We'll
I'm telling you now, 36 isn't the best number apart from those couple there,
yeah.
right? But we all got to see the great man.
We had to hear. Gab's going to get us to 36.
There is none.
Josh Honey. I told you it was Josh
Honey.
Honey.
Oh, Josh Honey there.
Josh Honey.
Josh Honey.
Josh Honey.
And Josh Honey's all right.
I think potentially in our
number
best
four.
22. He's
He
not-
is, potentially. Yeah. But this is like, man.
Mate, so we got to meet the great bloke. We had a great discussion. He was very candid.
Yep.
Very
When
candid.
did we? This was on Anzac Day, wasn't
Yeah.
it? We did this on Anzac Day.
All right, everyone, let's have a bit of a look at this. All right.
All right, and here we have him.
Mr. Mark McClure, how are you, mate?
Very good, thank
Sellers,
you.
pleasure. Thanks for joining us. Thank you very much.
All right, so this is a special episode. Know what episode it is?
You tell me.
So you've watched the previous 35 episodes. So this is 36, right? This is 36. So we get the best of the 36. 243 games, 327 goals. You remember every single one of those goals? But you love the goal.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I like to win.
You definitely like to win, mate. You definitely like, this is exactly what we need these days. Premiership players, 79, 81, 82, and the Carlton Hall of Fame. So an absolute champion, right? So you were born in Western Australia?
Correct.
But you played most of your football in Sydney.
My dad was in the Navy.
Yep.
He was a chief petty officer in the Australian Navy, so he went to most of the wars. He was Anzac Day to day, so he's passed away some time ago now. So, but we moved all over the place. We went from Perth. I played in Perth at Manning Park in the under-10s. In that team in the under-10s, which I didn't understand at the time, was Robert Wiley, Peter Spencer, Brian Peake, and me. So that was the four of us who played AFL football out of that team.
Wow.
Well, we won the premiership in the under-10s by about 100 goals. And
Were you playing forward,
I didn't know. I didn't even know who they were. You know? So, but I know Robert Wiley kicked 80 goals for the season in the under-10s.
Wow.
So he was a star then, as well. So really, so that was all came out when I was sort of 18 and 19. I worked that out. You know what I mean?
You
So
always
I
played footy?
well, in Perth, if you're a kid, you get to school. Once you wear the football out, you get a tennis ball and you kick it round. You know, and that's what it was. And
cricket?
Played a bit of cricket, but mostly footy. Yeah, played a bit of cricket. But to me, it was like before school, lunch, at the break, before lunch, at lunch, home, grazed all over the place, pushed around. So to me, it was just part of life.
That's it.
And that's how you learn. That's how you learn to protect yourself. That's how you learn how to
100%.
mark the ball. That's how you learn, because blokes flying from everywhere. You know what I mean?
Playing on that.
So-
We used to play on the road.
Correct.
We used to play on the road. So you had to learn to protect yourself.
You had to, that's right. Well, we did the same. So we had at a Catholic school in Perth, and we played on a dead ball court. So that's how we kicked it back and forth. And so to me, that was the start of it. And then we went to Yarra Bay. It was because the Navy sort of thing, and then from there up to Sydney.
Yep.
And we played in Sydney. No, I didn't go to Sydney. We went to Sydney, and then we went to Brisbane. We played at Cooperoo under 13s. Played in the under 13s at Cooperoo, and I played there for 2 years, and then I went to Sydney when I was 15, and I stayed in Sydney from then on.
Yeah.
Played at East Sydney Footy Club. I had some great people up there who were a guy called Jackie Dean, who was a fantastic man and all that sort of stuff.
Were you always one of the better players?
Well,
It could be my
see,
thing.
no, well, see, the thing, when I was playing the under-19s at 14, because they didn't have, they wanted, because when I was playing, I was a rover, because I was tiny, I was smaller than most other people. And then about, at 16, I played in the reserves at East Sydney, and then one day I played there at East Sydney, and I played the under-19s. They pulled me up at 3/4 time. I played in the reserves on the bench, got a last quarter, and then they put me in the seniors because they ran out of a bloke. I was a bit tired and hungry by the end of it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it was a long day from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. So anyway, but it was, to me, it was all part of growing up, all part of working out what you're going to do in life and how you're going to handle things. And to play with the senior blokes at sort of 15 and 16 is hard work. But you know what? Loved it.
Every minute I can imagine.
So how did the whole Carlton recruiting thing come up for you? What was your story getting to the club?
Someone watched the game when I played in the reserves and then played in the seniors after, and went and saw Bert Deacon. I spoke to Bert Deacon, who was a fantastic man, one of the best people I've ever met. He died prior to me playing my first game. But I still played in the reserves in the under-19s prior to that, in 73. So in 73 I came to Melbourne in the June draft, at a June draft. So I started playing then, and Jean's his wife, and they've got a golf day down at Flinders every Christmas. They have one, and I'd heard about it and talked about it, and they rang me the other day and said, come down this year. So I went down and played it. It was fantastic. Loved it. All the brothers and the cousins and the sons and the wives and all that sort of stuff of the Deacon family. So it was just tremendous to be there because I loved Bert. He was a Brownlow medalist at Carlton.
Yep, of course.
He was a CEO for a while, and you couldn't find a better person anywhere on the planet. He's ripping gold.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Salas.
How was that, man?
King. Awesome.
He's just a gun, man, and we appreciate that. Like, seriously, the bloke's not only a star player, he's a media guru.
Well, he's going well.
Yeah.
Good commentator.
Now he does the ABC.
Yep.
So they got rid of him off Fox because they got no idea. He said it himself.
He said that they went out of Nagos, that they went for different personalities and different things, you know.
Probably
we
younger
love
and whatever.
Yeah. So he's just a gun, yeah. So everyone, to see the full one, to see part 1 of 2 for this week.
Correct.
Part 1, to see the full Sellers one, go to our YouTube, the Jumper Punch, and go and check it out. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this.
No.
Because not only is he candid about when he played, he's candid about the team now.
Yeah.
So,
and it's.
I think
his vibe has changed.
What
hasn't it?
round was that?
It was Anzac Day.
6,
Anzac
5?
Day.
when he was for the Anzac, what was that?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
It was Anzac Day.
I can't remember.
North Melbourne game.
I reckon it was about 3 weeks
Might have
ago.
been in the lead up to the Freo game.
Anzac Day's the 25th of April. That's what
There
it
you
is.
go.
No,
Yeah.
it
You've
was
got to know
after
these
the
things.
Freo game.
Was it after the Freo game?
4 and 2. I remember.
Whenever it was,
Yeah.
who cares? Whatever.
All right, that was fucking superb. All right, listen, this is what we're here for. This is what we're here for, boys. Hey, what are we?
We did
8?
the game.
8 and 2.
8 and 2. Let's
I
have a look
like
at
to
this
be
score.
you.
Let's have a look at this score. Go through the goals.
15, 12, 102, place 13, 9, 87, Kerno 6, 3rd and 2, Fisher 2, DeConning, Kennedy, Motlop, Always, Cripps, and who else?
That was it.
That was it. All singles, and I
stuff
don't give
there.
a shit about singles.
Nah, fuck
So,
that.
yeah.
Right. That was a thing. Now, like last week, I did a couple of the graphics. I'm going to put them back up again, and this we're going to do the first one.
All right.
This is our favourite.
Cinquecento. Little
Forget about the mosquito flea. This is the Cinquecento, right? Because don't disrespect the mosquito flea. This is the new one. This is now. Look at the how many.
Well, it's funny because there's 4 of them.
57 disposals, 9 marks,
They're
8
all-
tackles, 6.7 goals, 7 goals, 31 score involvement, 44 pressure acts. Man, this is from the small brigade at the front. They're doing their job, mate. They're
1, 2, 3, 4 wheels on the little Fiat.
doing
They're rolling.
They're rolling.
They are
mate.
rolling.
Mate, I'm telling you, mate, between them and the next one, the Bulls paddock.
These guys.
Hey, look at these blokes here. 119 disposals, 62 contested, 22 clearances, 30 score involvement. 2 goals. They didn't get a lot of goals this week, but 26 tackles, 96 pressure acts, man. Like between the midfield, what they're doing,
flying.
and then when the ball goes forward, what they're doing, it's.
That's with Paddy having a quiet one.
That's right.
Correct.
But the good thing is that they don't, and that was also Chera didn't have a big one either.
No, he only had 13 or 14.
You know what I mean? And Walsh the last 2 weeks has killed it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Before that it was Paddy. So because we got the 5 there, man, they just
Rely on
rotate.
anyone.
I'm pretty sure Hewitt enjoyed playing against his old side too.
Yeah, how good Stewart being, man.
Yeah, it's been.
He's
Yeah, I like the pick up before the year. A lot of people didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, if you're watching now, told you.
Well, I have to admit that I thought, who is this bloke? But
I watched him a few times in
absolutely
Sydney,
wrong.
and I thought of him as a big body midfielder, and I thought perfect.
Yeah.
And then you got Kennedy now, who's,
Come on, leaps.
Running on top of the ground.
I noticed on the weekend that Kennedy was also playing the link man, like cross centre half forward a bit too.
He was, yeah.
So
Jeez,
that was filling the Harry Mackay
It's
role.
always a good answer.
He's perfect for that.
Always, yeah.
And actually, when I was sitting there with the Garn boys, right, when I was sitting there, he
Now-
was having his shot at goal, and I go,
You kick it.
he's the best shot in the club, you know. And Kerno turns to Boyd and he goes, that's what he says. You know? And Boyd goes, I've always said that he's the best. He goes, Saad's not happy about what I say. He goes, but he is the best. And I go, mate, I'm telling you, if I had to give the ball to someone to kick it after the siren, out of all the players, I'd give it to him.
Every time he kicks it, it's just thud.
Yeah.
It's just boom.
That's right. Doesn't stab at it.
What does our mate call him? One of our mates calls him. He's built like a Wilson car
Wilson
park.
car park.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He's tough, man.
It's
I'm telling you,
massive.
man. I can't believe, like, how much better the Tegan that made him look like.
He wasn't a coach there.
No, that's right.
Can I just
Hey.
stop this?
Oh, stop the clicking, all right. It's true. 2 weeks ago, all you hear
Mark
was...
McClure's worn off on him.
All you
Sellers
hear-
used to do that
Yeah,
on
click,
the
click, yeah.
box footy.
All right, but what we're here for is this one here.
Yeah, cut the ball! Cut the ball! Same shit every week, dude! Garbage footage! Absolute garbage!
Maloney might have the video, actually. Mars's journal.
Mars's
I was
journal.
I was up, like everyone was like at that level. I stood up on the rail. I stood up on the railings. I stood up on the railings to clap them off. To actually clap them off.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
Quarter one.
Quarter
Here
one.
we go. The
I
journal.
haven't been this nervous and pumped for a game in a while. This is a crucial game and a reflection of the past and the present. 45K gorillas packed in this joint like a fucking zoo tonight.
It was packed.
The king to the sausage who'll wheel around and hit up Kerno. Bending back and he hits the post.
Oh.
Hewitt weaves through traffic like me on the Tullamarine Freeway, finds Owies, he turns and he kicks from 50 and for a behind.
You go through every shot.
We peppered them mate, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. This is the journal. Welcome.
Such a poor kick from Carroll off one step. He just a lazy kick. It's okay. Can't keep kicking down the line. Got to change it up and get their defence moving. McCartan cuts one off and gets it to Parker and he goes back and slots it.
Yeah, that was
It
it.
started
I
off.
thought we were like off like in the first 5 to 6
minutes
minutes.
for
I just thought we were like,
A little bit.
yeah,
We
I
were.
don't know.
Beautiful kick from Plowman down the corridor. Strong Mark Newman. Couple of short ones from Sydney who find Logan McDonald's fucking McChicken. Another one to put on the map tonight. 2 plays 12. Cotty's cordial gets loaded up and bangs it in. Durden at the fall of the ball. Fast hands to Cripps and he snaps and he goals.
The multi was on.
Well,
No,
because
because-
it got
Fantasia was...
Fantasia
Yeah,
came
but that's
out.
the next. Oh, that was already
It
out.
was already announced that he wasn't playing.
Voids.
So we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Sorry. 8 plays 12. Doherty! Fuck, it's the post.
Oh.
Not in
Everyone
and out.
went up.
It was in and out.
Everyone went up.
Because
And it was
if
like-
you watch it from behind,
Yeah.
it is in the... And then...
I was at the other end and I
Yeah.
thought it was a goal.
9 plays 12. High and Silvani, the Braz. Far, this place would have erupted. 10 plays 12. Now the one where he come around and he snapped it. Oh my God.
Just gotta take an extra step or two.
Yeah,
Just-
so-
Here he is, the McChicken Burger, McDonald's. I'll call him McDonald's, Logan McDonald. And buried at 10
McDonald's,
plays
yeah.
18.
McChicken, McDonald. Yeah, okay. That's
How's the change of handball like a Cuban link necklace, fam? Carroll with a pirouette like a ballet dancer. Curto picks up the ball and handballs at the third and he drills it. Bang!
Oh, that was a beautiful goal.
Score review.
Yeah.
Score review.
Oh no.
it's touched.
It was touched.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes.
Bloody the lizard Blakey got a little gilt, got a little
He
bloody
got it.
finger to it.
That's right.
Oh, bravo, Durden. Curno wheels and launches a missile from Russia. Bang! 17 to 18.
That's a la bomba, that one
That was
there.
a bomber.
The plumber Papley strikes it around the body and goal 17 to 24. Kerno free kick. Bang on the siren. 23 to 24.
What was Kerno doing too? Going back and
And
kicking
kicking
him,
the
mate.
drop punt. Yeah, but
But he
all the
wasn't-
angles, he
yeah.
wasn't around the, like
Yeah.
it wasn't the snap angle. It was the drop
Mate,
punt
a few
angle.
weeks ago, he was snapping
You know
from
what
everywhere.
we'll get into what I think he's done, but we'll go. Quarter 2. Durden with the crumb, weaves in and out, dribbles one through, 29 plays 24.
Oh, nice.
Kennedy with a long bomb to Kerno. Strong mark, Kerno. shoves it up his ass, bang, 35 plays 24. Kennedy with a strong tackle, ball, dickhead. Mate, the umpire took about 8 years.
Parker, the one on Parker.
Yeah.
Isn't
Kennedy
karma's a funny
slots
thing,
it
isn't
through.
it? Isn't
What's that?
karma a funny thing?
You did this. You did this.
They're doing all like, you know.
That's right.
41 plays
careful, that's
25. Unlucky Warner, 50-metre penalty for descent.
Unlucky.
Stiff.
Oh, it's going to be a long night for you, McCartan. Kerno smashes it back over his head. 47 plays 24. Wow, strong tackle. He's been everywhere. Oh, he's Cripps. Hewitt, the hands through traffic. Oh, deadly, Braz. Deadly. Goal for Dougie. 53 plays 24.
The goal for Dougie.
There's shit happening here. There Logan McDonald with a fraud goal out the back. 53 plays 30. Braz outside of the boot. 55.
Was that when he was in the goal square and like...
No,
Tried
it was
to-
another one before that. There was another one before it.
Was there?
He went for the outside and it just fell
Okay.
short. 55 plays 30. Newman long, Kerno out the back and slams it home. 61 plays 30. Mate, this is ridiculous.
You knew when that goal went through.
Oh,
you're like,
mate.
we're home here.
The Gorillas have erupted. Young, awful kick. You fuck. Haywood, this germ marks.
That was a disaster.
Gets his name on the score sheet. 61 plays 36.
Look, he was trying. I know what he's trying to do.
It's
execution
He just
too.
did a lazy kick. It was like
classic kick from the Lebo Warrior Sard. The King. Bang!
Fuck, what a
67 plays 36.
I
That was the one. That was the
I
one.
did the 100-1 curse again.
And he's nailed it.
I've done it 3 times this year.
Ball!
Keep doing it.
Fisher crushes it home. The 45K Gorillas are in raptures here. 73 plays 36. Wadering huge. Oh, you fucking dog, Kennedy. Put him in a ward. Bravo, Stogger, crack some jaws. Get off the ground, Kennedy, you dickhead. Good hammy. That's a bit of karma, isn't it, mate?
Oh, that was karma, man.
I reckon he's done it bad because he was clutching high.
Did he...
He took his eyes off the footy. He's a fucking
Nah,
dog.
he's- look at
He's
him.
adamant.
Took
it
his
was-
eyes
it
off
was a
it.
dog
I've
act.
actually got some footage later. We'll
Took
have a
his
look
eyes
at
off
it.
it in the slow-mo. You can see it, dog.
No, he's definitely late.
Great player, but it's a dog
late
act.
to the ball. Late to the ball. Yeah.
Fisher, just get rid of it. Buddy with a gimme goal here, and he does. 74 plays 42. Durden high. Durden goals. 80 plays 42. This is absolutely scintillating football.
9
They're
goals,
shell
got it.
shocked here. The Swans, they're fucking shell shocked. Marzy's fired up.
He's bumped.
He's got a smile on his face.
Quarter 3, they'll come out here hard. These fucking bastards for the next 2 quarters.
Yeah, you knew that. You knew they were coming back.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They were.
McInerney sails one over the head and goals.
good
You
kick,
can
that.
feel this match starting to heat up. Cripps handball it to O'Brien. His man, fucking the one in
Oh,
the back
in the pocket when he
Gets
tried to
caught,
take on
Haywood,
4.
Haywood.
What do you
Yeah.
just
Look,
kick
it
the
probably
bloody
wasn't a
thing.
tackle, got stripped, but just
Yeah.
give the handball first
That
time.
wasn't a fucking.
It wasn't holding the ball, but you got to give the handball
slapped
first
out
time.
in the
yeah.
tackle.
Yeah.
Oh, that one there, yeah.
2
Yeah.
charity
What's he doing?
goals to Haywood. 81 plays 56. Fisher with a low worm burner. Always taps it forward. High fend off on Cripps from Rampy. No one saw it. Our mate did, Maloney.
Oh, he got, at Rampy
High
elbowed
forward,
him.
yeah.
Didn't get a
Charlie marks again and he'll go back and he'll kick a goal. 87 plays 57.
Yeah.
Fisher breaks a tackle, gets a long, his crumbs goals. 93
That was
plays
nice by Ali,
57.
good stuff.
Beautiful.
Those 2 goals were
Big.
the...
You-
It was that we needed to...
But then they got
like,
to
you
within
know,
8
That's
points
what-
again.
They
after
did.
that.
That's
they
the
did,
next
but
line.
It's those 2
We just
that-
keep
yeah.
repelling their danger. Errol Goulden, the Turk, he
them away,
smashes
we
it
did.
home. 90 plays 63. Swans starting to assert a bit of dominance here. 93 plays 70. Buddy from 60 on the fly, and that'll ignite the Bloods. 93 plays 76, and they're giving
What a
it
goal,
large
what a
here.
goal.
They're
I
giving
thought
it
we
large.
were, I'm like, oh no. Out of all goals to be kicked by him and the way he did it,
Yep, 65 out.
like it was just, he was never going to miss, was he?
No.
Never, ever going to miss.
He doesn't miss
He's the
those.
best in the business for that.
Yeah. He's
Quarter
still-
4. Strap yourselves in, boys. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. What a quarter this has been set up here. No excuse, fight for everything, Blues. Need Chero and Cripps to lift here. Sard caught holding the ball. The Lizard. Miss it. 93 plays 77. The Conning elevates himself to the fucking heavens, chits. That is a huge mark. And he alleviates a bit of pressure. We've gone into the show here and they're just trying to hold on. Got to find something. The Conning again with a massive mark.
Fuck, that was huge.
Wiedering gets a hand in. Jeez, he's been impressive. It was the one where he's going back and he gets a tap. Got the tap, remember?
Against
Him on
Franklin.
Buddy.
He
Him
come
on Buddy.
behind him and he
Against
just
Franklin.
got his hands
Because
on.
then
Against Franklin.
And then the
It was
troops
deep in
came.
defence. It was
And then
deep in
all-
defence.
Yeah, correct.
Fuck, he was enormous, Wiedering.
50 for the Blues. Durden, oh my God, horrible execution. He kicks it down McInerney's throat. The plumber lines up and he'll nail it. 93 plays 84. Shut up, Siri, you bitch. Where am I? The lizard kicks in. Chera with a huge spoil. Fisher! Bang! 101 plays 85. What a fucking game. Warner to Florent. Touch ball. Wiedering, look at him. He clamps Heaney. Silvani, what a tackle on Hickey. We just keep holding on and holding on. Time, lads, time. Take the time. We've done it. We've announced ourselves that Carlton Football
back,
Club is fucking back, baby.
That's the
Woo! We are back. We're back.
I'm telling you, mate.
Fucking, I didn't want to relieve for that, man. It was hard enough the first fucking time.
Oh, that was sick, man.
We are
But you know
back.
when Fisher kicked that goal, the emotion everywhere was huge.
I don't know what I was doing. I think I hugged him.
Oh, mate, we were
There was this guy texting me, and he's a Collingwood supporter, and he sent to me the text. He goes, "You're home," when that happened. Thing is, I don't know who this guy is. He's texting me like he knows me, and his number didn't come up with a name. I don't know who it is.
You just got.
And I haven't got the nerve to say, who is this?
Yeah, that's what.
Because I had a half an hour conversation.
You're too far gone. It's too far gone.
But when Fisher kicked that goal, he goes, "You're home." That's it. I
That's
remember.
what I
that.
knew.
Well,
He had one
they
bite.
needed 3 goals, and the bloke in front of me had it on the screen. He goes, "There's like 90 seconds to go."
Yeah.
There's no
He had the first bite of the cherry and he missed it from
Yeah.
about 40 on the slide angle. And then Chera had the snap and I'm thinking, oh shit, they're the 2 chances. And then we got it again. Then Chera made up after his thing.
Well, while we're here, before we go into it, I've got these 3 quick videos that I think are pivotal points.
Pivotal.
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 What am I?
Pitbull. You're the
Pitbull.
wordsmith of Reservoir.
Let's do it. So this is the first one, right? This was huge, man.
Flying the
Look
flag.
at Stogger.
I love it.
There he
But
is.
they've done it all here.
I love it.
They've done this all here.
Yeah, I love this. Look at this, man. Look, he's taking his eyes down.
But if you watch, there's another footage.
Yeah, I think
don't know if you
it's the
have it.
next one. I think it's this one.
There's a real
can
slow
see.
mo. There's one real slow mo where his eyes go and then he looks at Doherty.
It's gone. But that was pivotal. Not only that Docs, got back up. I know he went off, but the way again they went in and protected their teammates. They showed.
You know what I
something.
loved when Kennedy was coming off the ground, even injured, everyone was booing him.
Yeah, stuff.
Did you
Fuck it
boo
up.
him that time?
No, I don't boo. I don't boo, mate. I'm not like 2 years old. I got to boo. Anyway, this is the other one. Look
Oh,
at
the
this.
Right in
king.
front of us, that.
The
Yeah,
king.
and then this one.
Then on the other
This
wing.
is huge. This is
Big
massive. Look at that.
mark over Hickey.
Huge.
They were massive, man. In that
we
last
stuffed
quarter,
it up.
we needed
We
somebody.
It's just
Yeah, I
so
know.
good.
It doesn't matter that he stuffed it up after that. And this is the third one, which we just discussed. But
Fisher's last. Mate, look at him. He just slams it.
He
Actually just
he
slammed
tried
it.
to banana it.
Yeah, he
Look
no,
at
he
Walt.
slammed it.
Banana.
Look, see?
He
He
did.
tried to banana, and it's
He
just
did.
bounced the right way.
What a goal.
I was behind those goals.
oh, we
Up high.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
I
that
saw
was the
it
three-
off the boot. It was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were many moments of the game, but like those marks, Doherty, and the last guy I said, the way everyone just like cheer when Fisher kicked that goal, it was just like the relief
It's a
because
zoo.
you knew you were better than them on the day. You knew you had this. We just needed one more just to seal this, and he
I
got
said
it.
to him when we just need one more, and but see, here's the thing: when you start off as well as we did, or you blitz a team so early, like you've got, and I keep saying, but you've got margin for error.
Yep.
Set up
You know, and the
game.
energy that you have to expend to come back.
Yeah.
We could just hit on the can, and we actually probably had moments where we could have really put the buried them a lot earlier in that fourth
Well,
term.
I think we shouldn't underestimate the 5-day break, though. I really think that
Oh,
was
no,
it.
Now-
that was my big thing. I'm
That
like,
was a very
with
good
a
point.
5-day break, apparently, which it didn't get out. The club kept it under wraps. Apparently, a virus went through the joint. There were like 6 players that didn't train.
I don't buy into it.
You know, so. Well, but it's not about buying
I
into
just
it. It's
think
reality, man.
I just
I
don't
just
buy
think
into
that
reality.
the
You're
5-day break,
I
the
don't buy into
travel, right?
Mate,
And
going to Sydney.
yeah, still, it makes a difference.
You're going to Sydney, mate. You're middle of the year, mate. You should be ripped, right, fit, ready to like attack
they
these
were.
games. You want games coming the next day, mate. when you come
and they
off
were.
that. Yeah.
Because they won.
Good.
But what I'm saying
There's
is,
no excuses.
there wasn't because they won.
That's right.
But
I don't use any excuses.
no, there is no excuses. But I'm telling you, the 5-day break and everything, you could see at the end.
A factor.
It's a factor. That's a good one. Yeah.
That's what Vossi
But
said.
they did it. They've come through, mate. That's the main thing, man. They come through, man. I love that last quarter more.
Yeah.
Well, look, I love the second quarter. Don't get me wrong.
No, the
But that
quarter was
last
big.
quarter, every moment, every punch, and I was standing right behind.
You were right behind the goals there, behind
Right
the Sydney
behind,
goals.
so I
at
was
that top
seeing
point, yeah.
everything.
No, but the last quarter, they
Mate, those
everything
weedering
out.
punches, they
Leaving
little
Lewis
tats,
Young,
I was
Clowney.
fucking doing yes,
Now,
mate.
this is my thing, right? People, and this is where, I don't, not to go back over last year or whatever, but everyone goes, oh, you got to kick goals for the team to be entertaining.
No.
Oh, you got to kick goals, you got to pick it. Mate, those defensive efforts,
Yep.
I applauded more than the goals.
Oh, me too.
I applauded
'Cause you
more
knew
than the
each one
goals.
meant-
The smothers from Durden and O'Brien, and what about, was it, when I don't know if you saw, but when Durden laid that smother early in the game,
Yes.
he was right next to the fans, and he went like that, like he clapped himself, and then
that's
O'Brien
right.
came up, and they all went up to him. It's like the Italian soccer team; they celebrate defensive acts more than they do the,
Just set yourself up.
you know, the gorgeous stuff, the goals.
You
You know?
rebound off it.
Just as well, because they don't kick many.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, defence leads to attack, and the way we're going at the moment, like Wiedering was just phenomenal in that game.
Mate, that, if he's not
Huge.
best defender in the business.
Mind you, I think, look, Buddy's coming towards the end of his tenure, but still, like, it's still, mate, he's still a champion.
Whenever that ball's
Still
going
gotta
there,
stop
man,
him.
I always got to Mandalona, mate, because you know that he can do. Like I was saying with Buddy, man, it only takes 5 minutes.
Correct.
And he wrecks you.
Correct.
And
He
wrecks
didn't do
you.
anything. Like the only one he had was the goal on the run.
Yeah.
The other goal was like our error. That was
was
our
our
error.
error. He was
the
on
other
his
one
own.
he made himself. Like
Yeah,
he ran off
100%.
and he went.
But, like, just this...
The people,
What Michael Voss has done with this team in the space of 6 months is nothing short of incredible.
Yeah.
Nothing
Giving them
short of
belief, mate.
incredible.
Look, you can see the way they're playing,
We're-
mate. The
we're-
belief in them.
We're a premiership threat now.
Now we
it's,
are.
It's there's no, like, forget, yeah, I know, sure, but forget PTSD. Like, the past is done. Like, it's finished. That's it. It's done. Like, it's not Carlton. It's not that anymore.
We're giving
It's
ourselves
not.
a big
we
chance.
set ourselves up.
No, we're,
Oh,
if
now
not,
that's the
if
game.
not this year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the game. That
Yeah.
seals.
And we got some
authority.
genuine stars.
But these performances
Genuine.
are powerful.
Yeah.
yeah, but you guys don't
Scary
understand.
good.
There are still pundits out there saying, "I'm not convinced."
Let them.
Oh, well,
we just beat a top
Well,
four
yeah,
team
but-
that
but they'll
everyone
never be
No, but
convinced.
I've got a perfect comeback. You know, some guy goes, oh yeah, you haven't beaten anyone above you on the ladder. I said, mate,
Now we have.
I said, mate, we're third. I said, guess what? Melbourne haven't either. Like, seriously.
That's it. And then the other one, you know what the other one is?
Don't
Oh,
worry.
how many quarters of football have you won this
Doesn't
year?
matter.
Well, I can tell you,
How
it's-
many games we won?
mate.
I actually know the answer to that.
What
It's
is it?
20.
Oh, there you go.
20 out of 40. We've lost 20 quarters.
Oh well, we won 8 games, so shove
yeah,
that
you
up
know,
your
reality
ass.
is that when we win quarters, we win them big.
Well, that's
But 20
what-
that we
What's
won-
my argument? My argument.
20 that we've won are huge.
Yeah, but I
Some
think,
of them, yeah.
you know what? Premiership teams have won. I think it's around about 50 to 55% of quarters played. Like,
Oh,
I
really?
think that's the.
Well, we're right on 50
It's
right now.
it's around that. It might be a little bit more.
Damage
But my argument is the racehorse Winks. How many quarters she was last for 3/4 of her race, and she won by 20 lengths.
Oh, no,
every
no
time
one
she-
says.
Oh,
one
you
says
know,
that.
she lost 3/4 of her race. She's no good.
Oh, she missed a kick by 3 lengths. Oh, she did it. Oh, yeah. She
Those
still won.
Those 2 games against Hawthorn and Port Adelaide were concerning to me.
They were, yeah, they were. A
But,
little
but the
bit,
game
yeah.
last week wasn't, because I just know Sydney are a higher calibre team, and I thought we stood up really,
Yeah,
really well.
we did.
So whereas, and even against the Bulldogs, I think we were kind of a bit, you know. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so we just need to.
But we're learning.
Winning is
Each
a habit.
week, each week
Winning
we're learning
is
something.
a habit. Winning
Right,
is
right.
a habit. And I said before the game, we were here, mate. If they win off the setup that they had this week, like, there's no reason why we can't. Well, top four's like
Well,
Heavily on the cards
I think
now. Has to be.
now-
We're third favourites to win the flag.
Why wouldn't it be?
Genuinely speaking, I know we got how many rounds left? 13? Or 12 rounds,
12
sorry.
games.
13 weeks
12
left
to
before
go. We
the
should-
final.
we should
top
win-
6 minimum. I think top 6 minimum.
We should
Top
win.
six
We
is
should
very,
win.
very,
We
very
should win at least 8 of the next 12 games.
Yeah, I don't look too far ahead because anything can happen in football. You can sustain injury here and there.
Yeah.
I just look at next week and say, all right, you've won this week. Now go out to Collingwood next week and you've got to beat them. You've got to consolidate
100%.
on that victory. Because you can't go
But
out
now,
next
how
week and
confident
lose.
are you coming up
Of
against
course.
Collingwood?
Now,
Very.
you know what the thing is now? People are fearing us.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're not
100%.
fearing what Carlton's going to turn
Who
up.
are you?
Yeah, I know. I told you though. I told you this is the
Sydney.
game. I told you if we beat Sydney, they're genuine.
100%.
He kept saying he go every time, like in the last 2 or 3 weeks, he kept no, that's the game.
Yeah, that's the game. No, he did say, and I think a lot of us thought the
But
Sydney
they
was a
come
game.
at us hard, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like 4 times in that third quarter, they're all coming, and we're just going bang, bang. I'm going, and then
then they
come
came
at us
again.
again. We
They
go
came
bang,
again,
bang.
yeah.
Like, oh, fuck yeah, we keep
The
going.
last quarter
And then
was
the
just
last-
an arm wrestle, really.
The last quarter,
What was it, 1 goal each in the last
Yeah, 1
quarter?
goal each. That's it.
last quarter, we were just absorbed.
And how entertaining was that quarter?
I mean,
I know.
you say we lose a lot of quarters, but on the weekend, yeah, we lost 2 quarters, one
No,
by one.
Three.
What?
We
No,
lost-
no.
yeah.
I was going to say we lost
Oh,
2
yeah.
quarters, 1 by 1 point and 1 by 2 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's hardly losing.
That's what I
a
mean.
quarter.
See,
And
it's
we
an
kicked 9
overrate.
goals straight to what?
It's
2 goals.
3 goals or something.
You can
bullshit.
overlook
bullshit.
that stat.
It's
You know?
bullshit.
And Longmire was like, he was low key salty in that thing. He's like, oh, we won 3 quarters of football. I thought, shut up, dickhead. You
That's-
got destroyed in
That's
that first
loser
half.
talk. That's loser
But
talk.
we should have kicked
That's
2
team
more.
talk.
We should-
Oh, we won. We won.
I respect Sydney and all that, and you
Nah,
know,
nah,
I know
I
we're
respect
talking with a
them all.
bit of chest out or whatever, but mate,
No, we
give it
deserved
up,
that,
mate.
man.
We
I'm
killed
pumped,
them.
mate.
They've served up some shit though, a couple of times this year. I reckon.
Who, Sydney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
they're
that-
6 and 4, and
Gold
losing
Coast.
to Gold Coast was a bit of a shock.
Well, we lost it.
No, but
yeah.
they lost on their home track against the Suns, you know.
And against that,
Mate,
who else did they lose to?
That, I think that's
Who did they lose? They lost to
Uh,
Brisbane.
yeah.
They lost to. They almost lost to North at the
North,
SCG.
yeah.
See, that was another poor game. Yeah, they put in a few bad ones.
that second quarter, though, it's the best
Electric.
quarter of footy I've ever watched.
We should have had 10 too. The last minute
Oh,
they
mate,
were
absolutely.
running in and they just muffed it. Otherwise, they should
I
have had
can't.
10.
Look, I usually I fault quarters, and I tell him it's
No,
like,
you can't.
nah, you fucking you could have done more. That.
Well, how
I
much you
can't
want?
fault
No,
it. I
that's
dead
it.
set can't fault it. It was unreal. Ooh, what's bro? I'm looking at like, and we were just before every ball was kicked, I was losing. I'm like, yeah. Before he's kicked it, hugging each other. You knew from that second quarter it was. I felt like it was.
That's the best game of footy I think him and I have been to.
Yeah.
Like, because we've been going
Yeah.
for.
That was unreal.
What are we now? Members like over 11, 12 years. You know,
Yeah,
our
look at-
parent, as
20
club
years.
members.
Look at these kids.
As
Yeah,
club
they
members.
don't know
Hey, you're
shit.
still a kid.
They
You're
don't
still
know
a kid. You're
shit,
still
mate.
young.
I was there in the
You're
80s
still
and the
young.
90s,
I know,
mate.
I know.
We used to do that every week.
I know. And this
Like,
was,
for
you know,
4
That's why we're
quarters.
jealous. That's why we want it. That's why we want it.
And this is what they're saying now, man, that they haven't seen this year, man. And now, I'm telling you, being from the 90s and that, I'm not saying this
Well-
is like the 90s, you know, the
Well, it could
95s
be.
and that.
What
No,
does-
it could be, but what I'm saying is, that feeling is, for me, it's the best it's been
Yeah.
Oh, for
since
20
then.
years.
What does this
20 years,
emblem
yeah.
mean?
Huh?
What does this emblem mean? It's not an underdog's emblem.
No.
Well,
Well,
it hasn't
winners
been for a
emblem.
while.
I know.
We're
But it's,
powers.
history says it's not.
That's right.
prestigious.
That's right. We've made it. That's why this shows a lot about the history, and this is why we're so powerful, because of our history, and this is who we are,
But
mate.
you've got to be powerful because of your present and what you represent and what you think you're going to represent in the
And
future.
guys, don't underestimate this one person that's at the club that wasn't there last year, and that's Brian Cook, mate.
Oh, yeah, he's
Just, mate, the guy he has the Midas touch, that man. Everywhere he goes, mate.
a serial winner.
West Coast, Geelong.
Yep. Success
Hopefully
follows that, man. So,
I'm
very-
not
I've got
coincidence,
a-
is it?
no, not at
So
all.
I
And
went
I've met
out.
the man,
I
he's
went out to
amazing.
breakfast on Saturday morning, right?
Okay, yes.
And who's sitting next to us?
Who, Brian Cook?
Nah, not Brian Cook. That would have been nice. It was a Brian
sitting
Cook.
next
No,
to
no, it wasn't. It was. What's the Richmond CEO?
Brendan Gale.
Nah,
Neil
Peggy
Balm.
O'Neill.
Peggy O'Neill.
Barnes.
Neil Balm.
Oh, yeah, the manager.
He's the
of footy.
operations manager.
manager.
Now
of
he's
footy,
changed a bit, yeah. So he's in there and we're looking at him and he goes to us. He goes, "You can say hi if you want." And I go, "Let him rip," because he's lost a lot of weight, you know. And he so he come over and he sat with us and he started talking footy with us, you know.
Who are you with?
Vince
Okay.
and Rash.
Does Vince know him?
No, I didn't know him. No. And he was really good. And then he said about Brian Cook called him, you know, and said,
Do you want to come over?
No. He actually questioned him about another club that was after him. I'm not going to say who.
Wait, questioned another club that was.
He
after
asked, should I be going to this other club? And he goes, no, man. And then he said about Carlton, and he goes, yep, they're on the right track, man. And it's a good time to go, you know, and there you go. So
It's another one, Balm, wherever he goes.
he said he was lucky that, because we said about that, he goes, nah, man. He goes, I was just lucky I went to the right place. No, but he's a genuine star too, that bloke, yeah.
Well, he did good at Collingwood.
He did.
You know, he
Yeah,
made the sort of
Collingwood.
premiership there, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Geelong.
Geelong,
Mm-hmm.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Just winners.
Maybe there is a little bit.
And Cook's the
Maybe
same.
Carlton.
Cook's the same, you know what I mean? Look, they know, man. They've got the right formula.
How about the coach?
The coach has been
Tanya
good.
hasn't got enough credit.
Oh no, I think a lot of people.
You reckon?
I
Now?
think
They're on it.
I think
think
there's a bronze statue being built. I think.
Yeah, there will be. But I think you're right. I don't think enough credit. But we're still like that whip the dog still. You know what I mean? We don't know. Because
You're a
anything
bit frightened of
it's
what-
still a bit
but,
frightened.
Because if someone raises your,
But
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
scared going to the footy anymore.
Nah, I'm loving it.
No, I'm not after that.
Bouncing
I
it.
can't wait for Collingwood.
Yeah.
I can't
I've rocked
wait.
up to
Like,
work.
remember last year when you go to we couldn't go to the Collingwood game, could we? No.
No, we didn't go. We weren't.
And
at
you
the
go,
Collingwood
well,
game.
Carlton's going to turn up.
I know.
There you go.
That's right.
And then obviously they
You
won.
hope that it's
Yeah.
going to be the good Carlton.
Yeah.
It was the Sauce game, the son of.
Correct.
And that ended up being a good game. Yeah, that's
Central
right.
Maine game. But like, you know what? Mate, I've rocked up to work in the office every week, legitimately walking through Flinders Street with my Carlton jacket on.
Yeah, it's the
And I
best.
could not give two shits.
That's the best.
I have the biggest strut
It's the
going through, like,
You know what's funny?
Happy.
You know, yesterday morning or Saturday morning, whatever it was, I went to vote, right? So I'm standing in line. I had my Carlton fucking
So did
light
I.
thing. Yeah. I'm standing in line, and there's a Carlton support, this lady, and we just looked at each other, and we just went.
No.
It was sick, man. It was. I'm telling you, there was nothing said. We just nodded at each other and just kept looking forward, like to say, "Where are you, mate?" It's sick, man.
Life's
Like,
good again.
I know we shouted this bloke out, but fucking hell, man. Zach Fish, I'm telling you, he's
Oh,
all
yeah.
Australian.
Yeah.
He's all
Settle
Australian.
down, man.
He's fucking. Nah, I'm.
Settle down.
Bro,
I was screaming for him to be booted out of the side
Yeah,
3
we
weeks
all
ago.
We all were. Everyone was. No, I think we knew he had. Well, we knew he had. The, we know he has
one
a
game
talent.
this year, one bad game.
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
fair.
It's
But the
fair game.
whole.
They all
and we
play
gave
like
it to him
shit.
straight away, didn't we?
They all play
But
like
we know
shit.
he has the talent. I was saying to him, he's being played out of position. He's not a small forward.
Well, what is he then?
He's that high half forward winger type.
Yeah,
can
that's
roll
right.
through the midfield, you know.
That's right.
Because he can have an impact because his kicking is unreal.
Yeah.
And he showed it again.
Yeah,
The
he's got
kick
a-
to
Oh,
he's got a
Kennedy.
bit
he
of
kicked
talent.
one or two goals a week. He's done his job.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
it's not just that. He has his
Yeah,
like
yeah,
little
around the
little
fence,
the
plays.
chains.
Bro, there was a fend off and like on the wing where we were sitting, and then he got it in, and
That was
it
him.
creates chaos.
What's the
That
word
was
I've
him.
been using this year
He's got
about him? Impact.
impact? Yeah.
That was him. That was him
Sidestep,
last week.
mate.
That slotted that kick to, was it Sard in the middle, and then in Sard.
Yes, correct.
Yes, against GWS. Yeah.
But he's got that in him.
Correct.
And if they can find
Not
it
many
more,
do.
him and Sard together.
Well,
I thought Sard was,
I'm actually seeing that in O'Brien as well. With some of his kicking as
my
well.
boy.
that's his boy.
Well, I'm not a fan because I
love
just still think he's got a little bit of a, you know.
He's got a tendency for an O'Brien moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also,
Hey,
couple.
They all do.
I
Technical with the
also
bad.
think he doesn't like taking a big hit. You know, he's a bit scared.
Well, he's
right?
not the biggest.
Yeah, I know he's only. And then there's every side's got a
His
couple of
kick
those.
is
players.
elite, man. You know when he kicks it, man. It's a
His
beautiful
kicking
kick,
is
isn't it?
amazing, but it's also his decision making at times lets him down.
But he's still the best we've got.
Field kick.
No, the best winger. Like,
Oh,
As a
winger,
winger,
yeah.
like who else are we going to put in there? Like, he's the best of out of all.
Cottrell
No,
was-
Cottrell too. Don't get me wrong.
know-
Cottrell.
Do you know he's the fastest runner at Carlton?
Yes, he is. And you
One
saw
of
there
the
was that
fittest
chase.
as well.
Was there a chase down over
Don't
the
know if there was
weekend?
Yeah, on the wing, coming out to the wing. He was two up as well.
Yeah, there was
So-
a chase that he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the one-handed mark. When he,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cottrell
You know,
did
with
the 2K trial
Cottrell
540.
and O'Brien and all that, you know what's happening is, man, to me, the midfield has taken control. We've got these big midfielders now. They're not. Look, we're getting Cottrell in, and we're almost expecting him to be like the midfielder last year. Same with Fisher. What were we expecting of him? But this year, we're not expecting them.
But I think we're winning more of the ball in tight and then getting it out. to the
Right,
net.
and they're doing what
That's what you
they're
meant
there to do.
Correct.
They're not there to do that other shit, you know. So now they're just doing.
like Well, it's like everyone was saying, oh, God, O'Brien, geez, he doesn't win the contested footy.
he's not there.
But he's not there for that.
He's there to...
No, I'm not worried about that.
Positionally, you've got to be able to keep your width. You need outside players. If you don't have outside players, you don't have a game. What's the point of having an inside game?
And with Cottrell, you can soldier on.
If I was just,
Oh, no.
We call him Cottrell.
Sorry, hold on. The door's just there, Gab, if you want to walk out.
I'm allowed one dad joke an hour. All right.
All right, that's at least 3 then. All right.
So what? No, there's at least 12, I reckon, the way we're going.
I've watched that game. I've legit watched this game back in full 3 times and won at the game. I'm telling you, man, Cotty's cordial Cottrell. His hands, if you go watch him and his hands, they're always active. He's always getting a finger on something, and I'm just like, fuck, I mean, where does it come from? I don't know.
I will say he just needs to temper that confidence
course.
because he tried that kick
That kick,
inside.
oh, God.
But with the
That's the Cottrell kick.
just penetrate.
Yeah.
You know, with just.
But is that like
don't be
team direct? Like that he's
No,
trying to
No,
do?
no,
That's
that's
just-
him
that's
being.
just-
I think I'm better
That's
than.
it's the Clint. It's the dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Man's got to know his limitations.
You got to know his limitations.
You got to know your limitations, son.
Can we give a bit of praise to King Charles
Oh,
Kerno?
oh
I don't know
wow.
what you want me to say about like far out. He's the best.
He's
like
the best
he's
player
leading
in the
the
world.
Coleman medal
He's
now.
the best player in the world.
He has.
I'm being serious.
You know, McCartan. He didn't know what was
player in
going.
the world.
McCartan didn't know what was going on, mate. He didn't want to be there.
Did you
He
see
didn't
the
want
one
to be
where
there.
he took the mark in front of him
yeah.
and he just cracked it and he didn't know what to do anymore.
McCartan didn't want to be there. He wanted to be at home and just go, fuck this, because he got mauled.
You can see a ball coming into, a one-on-one with Kerno. You can see that he's going to be completely out of position, and you'll know he's going to mark it.
Correct.
That's the thing that's
Or he
freaking
get his
me out.
hand to it at least.
Well, the fact of the matter is that I've never seen a player in my time be able to just manipulate the situation as well as he does.
Yeah, body and then,
Yep.
like, Fev used to do that.
Fev
While
used to
he
do
used to get the body and
That's right.
used
He's
to
not
steer
as
it.
athletic
But
or active.
correct.
Like just.
Yeah, but
But he's also got like, so he's got that, but he's also got that. Like he runs around.
Yeah. He's good on
got
the ground
flair.
too. Yeah.
He's got flair.
Yeah.
He's got the flair. Durden, I mean, fucking hell.
Durden, far out. He's a
I asked for him to hit the scoreboard. I know he's doing the dirty stuff great, but he's
Two
hitting
goals in
scoreboard.
two goals
As-
in 2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
As a
Fantastic.
Chinga gender or forum, right? They're doing their jobs. If it's not one kicking goals, it's the other one kicking goals. They're putting those pressure
Well,
racks on
if
them.
you continue to work on the fundamentals and basics of that
Reward
small
comes.
forward, high pressure tackles, the reward eventually comes.
Look, my question is, like, how many games does McKay have to play in the reserves before he gets
None.
back in?
Straight in, mate. Straight in.
Go on, I'm trying to be sarcastic.
And Mackay. Thank you.
It's Mackay. No,
does
I
he-
was thinking of McKay.
Does he only do 6
Andrew's
weeks?
coming
though?
back.
Andrew Mackay.
Huh?
Does he come back after 6 weeks? Is the question.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it
Maybe
just
it's
all
'cause it's
depends
not,
on.
It's not too bad.
all-
But
it's different.
It's just
It's
pain
just all
management
rehab
really
and
now.
all
And
that.
yeah.
it just depends how much range of motion he gets. And
But you know what? The challenges have been met because we lose Mackay, and then everyone's going. There's a few people going, "Oh, we're going to lose the next 5 because
What
of
did
that."
somebody say? We're going to go 0-5.
Did he say that?
Not him. He got, come on, man.
Fuck, I was about to kick you out if you said that.
no, mate, I declared us against
Yeah.
the Giants. I said, mate, don't, I know
0-5.
Harry's out.
Where?
That's ridiculous.
Everyone was worried. They're like, oh, Harry's out. We're stuffed. No, we're not. How?
Fucking lifted to the
But
challenge.
nothing else
Unbelievable.
changes.
You know what this is?
You
This
go
is almost.
smaller.
This is like the Richmond when they lost their big men and they started doing with the.
It went smaller and they want a flag.
But I want to big up, and I know he could have kicked more than he did.
Yes.
Is the Braz.
Oh,
Deadly.
Jesse
Motlop.
Motlop.
My God, that
He's excited.
second quarter.
That second quarter, there was like 5 minutes.
Fuck, he could have
Sorry,
ripped
we
it.
just had a look at
Can I look at the
scores.
score?
Yeah, just Hawthorn's leading Brisbane.
10 minutes to go.
Far out.
That's
good.
That's,
for us.
That second quarter, I'm telling you, he's going to rip a game apart. I wanted to see him on top
That
of
5 minutes.
I wanted to see him on top of the ground in the dry, and I'll give you my
That goal. That goal.
If he could have kicked 4.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a game where he kicks
Was it the
4
one
or
where-
5.
Yeah, he had a bit longer than he realised.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all right.
Yes.
It's
But
his
that'll
second
come.
game,
Big
mate.
second game,
Hey, the
he'll get
Motlops are
pressure.
good,
We
mate.
were
The
saying-
Motlops have got good fucking.
I get scared when the youngies have got the ball because you know that they
No,
haven't
I
got
like it.
that. I know, I love it, but the
You-
thing is, you just know though that they're still not, hardened.
Composure.
Even
as well.
Carroll, he come off that bad kick, and then then it was the second quarter where he did the pirouette in the
Yeah.
middle and
Yeah.
gave it away, and
Yeah,
then you know, they.
Yeah, they do second efforts.
You
You know,
Oh, no.
it's and we said it off air, is that
They don't drop their heads. That's
they don't, but they're going at a million miles an hour.
Yeah.
Fisher was the same in his first. He's like
100%, man.
everything's going at a million miles
He's
an
almost
hour.
matured overnight where all of a
They
sudden...
got energy. That's why, and they just like it's like
Terry-
a puppy. You know, when a
Terry-
puppy time, you know, and then they piss themselves when somebody new comes. Like, oh my
They
god,
get
like,
excited.
relax a second,
Like,
because someone's oh my god, oh my
Yeah,
god. It's
that's
like
it.
they piss themselves. They're
100%,
excited. You know?
100%.
I think the one thing Terry said about, he mentioned it about Cottrell's game, and I think it's also wearing off on Fisher as well, is that the game seems to have just slowed down a
Yeah,
notch for them
100%,
when they've got the ball.
100%.
Which is, I know it's probably
That's
not,
experience.
but it's just that little extra
They're not
half
rushing.
step.
They're
Yeah,
not rushing anymore.
But
Yeah,
it is, you
it's
know,
really
like
impressive.
good players, the game slows down for them.
correct.
Like they see it at a different level, man, because you see they got that extra half a step, you know, where you're right, those younger players, it's all just...
They're exuberant. They want to let out all their energy. They want to show
that
something.
kick from Fisher on the inside to Kennedy
Mate.
through the middle, like when he sort of
He's
waved
elite.
it. Oh my
Even
God!
Plowman did it
Hawthorn
down
have kicked away here. One
Wait,
over
can we
the
give a
line.
bit of kudos to Plowman?
Mate, did you see the kick down the centre?
Mate, what the hell's going on?
That was first year Plowman right there.
Hey, you know we have to give a bit of rap for Fab. He said that Plowman's our...
He did say that.
He said at the moment Plowman is the best, you know, like option for
that role.
For that role at the
Small,
moment.
mid-size.
Well, I mean, if you've got Wiedering doing his job and
Lewis.
Lewis Young's been
Lewis, another.
I thought he
So,
was.
He's another one who just does what he has to do,
But
mate.
that
He's
frees
like
up
He
Plowman.
could be a better Jones. I don't know. Maybe he's the same Jones, you know. He gets a fist in. I'm like,
Well, the other thing I liked about Mitch Lewis, what's his name?
Lewis
Young.
Young.
Mitch Lewis. I'm thinking
Thinking
Hawthorn. Lewis Young is also, he's backing himself to take the mark.
Absolutely.
And so he's doing 2 or 3 intercept marks.
I
in
like
action.
him.
Yeah, he's brave.
And this
Like
is a 21-year-old. Do you know we had 9 players under 22 on the weekend? Right?
And that's the other thing, man. People can forget it. We are one of the youngest lists out
well,
there.
let's just get to. I thought he was his break.
And with the
breaker.
biggest injury, second biggest injury.
Yeah, we've
list.
used 36 players. The most, or second most. with
Behind West Coast, yeah.
Speaking of young players, he's played 30 games, and it was a breakout game.
TDK.
Abionda.
TDK.
Abionda.
He has arrived.
He does
Well,
amazing
we saw
things.
the marks, but it wasn't just the
No,
marks.
all game he was
All
awesome.
game.
I thought he was very. I said to him pre-game, I was like, because he's so young and 30 matches, you know, fucking 2 ruckmen, and like, oh fuck, could be a big one for him tonight. Long game.
Hickey's no good, mate.
Yeah, no.
He's no good, mate.
He killed them, Hickey.
But
he
Laddams,
killed him
remember
and, like,
Laddams when he
we
debuted
made
for us
him.
against Port? We made him.
We made him. But mate, he killed both of them. He ran them ragged, took marks, kicked the goal. He was doing the little things
That's the other
inside
thing
as
too,
well.
man. He's kicked a couple of crunch goals in recent weeks.
That was
Yeah, it wasn't
beautiful
wasn't like.
He only played 30
trustworthy before.
games. People were expecting Max
Wait-
Bourne or something.
Wait till
Far
we put
out.
some weight on the kid, then he plays a few more
Couple
games.
more
right?
kegs on him and
Bit of
fuck.
experience. And just be smarter around
So
bigger men.
what happens when Pittenet's fit again?
I reckon you're playing both.
Who goes out?
It's tough to come back and hit form off a 12-week
Yeah.
PCA.
Yeah.
Mate, just whatever works, whatever they want to do.
Look,
Different
you gotta.
matchups, different teams have
Yeah,
different matchups. You know, can bring him in, you know, one week.
TDK isn't going to be right for the whole year.
Nah, he's going to have games where he's
You
down.
need Pittenet.
They're like young players. They're up and down. You
You
can't.
need them fit. You
Yeah.
need those blokes fit. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So we've got options, man.
It looks.
It's exciting. No, it's
very
after
good.
that's really exciting now.
no,
I
it's
think you set it right up. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I was hearing people,
You know-
oh, you're going to go Collingwood, you're going to go Essendon, you're going to go Richmond, you're going to go Fremantle. Just relax.
Not
man.
getting ahead of myself,
Just
but I did
relax.
say this on the fan cams too. Enjoy the moments,
Correct.
guys, man.
Correct.
This is now.
I'm already
man.
looking
Enjoy-
forward to next week now.
I'm not getting
wait.
ahead of myself, but we're never going to lose a game.
No.
Ever again.
Hey, listen. While we're in this dubious thing, how about you sing us a song, mate?
What song would you like me to sing?
Let's get this guitar
Here we
out.
go.
Is this,
I don't know. What do you reckon?
No,
What do you reckon?
do you
do you want me to do one for the Wogs or?
Yeah, of course.
We'll do one for the Wogs
We're going to get this fantastic.
because years ago, I always because we all love a tarantella. So
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
Love
we
the
do.
tarantella.
So I thought
Does
to
the
myself-
Wogs know the tarantella?
Oh, you got it.
That's like your line dancing. Before
The
the
bush
Italian.
nut. Is it, what's it?
The nut bush.
Sorry.
Bush nut.
Sorry,
Nut
bush
bush.
nut.
That's a bush
Hey,
nut.
I used to be a good
Because I remember, like, my mum and dad used to always play that shit, right? And I used to listen to it, and what I could understand, it was always about someone's donkey or something.
Oh, yeah. Ujuch.
Yeah, like, they're always singing about really Italian things. So I thought, What if an Italian bloke from Australia did a tarantella? This is how this. So this is a reflection of life in Australia from the Italian perspective. So to the tune of a tarantella, it goes like this. Da-na-na-na. You just picture that. My next door neighbour's name is Kevin. He's an Australian. His daughter's only 15 and she dresses like a butana. All day she play the stereo, I like the Jimmy Bonza. And whenever I hear Jimmy sing, I think he got a sopanza. My uncle is a 75, his name is Tio Pepino. He got himself a brand new wife, she's young and Filipino. She's pretty and she's 23, my Tio is old and brutal. She sleep around with other men, my Tio is a cornuto. At 21, my brother had an Aussie fidanzata. He's 50 now, they got 3 kids and he's divorciata. He says it's fine cause him and his ex-wife are still a good friend. But now he paid the child support and see the kids on the weekend. I told my brother, I said to him, why for you marry an Australian girl? You know, you should have been a smarter man, marry an Italian girl. And if you like the Aussies, just get one on the side.
That's it.
I went to see my nonna and she said I look too skinny. I said, Nonna, no worries, but she gave me a panini. I like the Italian hot Brits, are very nice. But now I buy it from the Asians cause it's half of the price. My daughter, she's a 20 and she always making me pazzo. And I tell her if I catch a kiss a boy me a tomazzo. My son, he having no luck with girls, I think he got a malocchio. But then I catch him kiss a boy because he's a finocchio. Yeah,
that was a bravo.
By the way, if you want to know the background of some of the stuff in that song, I'm not making this up. So I grew up in Glenroy. I remember I said my next door neighbour's name is Kevin. We had Kevin Moran on one side, Kevin Boyle over the back fence, and across the road, Kevin Cullo. 3 Kevins.
Really?
Fucking Kevin heaven, mate. Seriously, I had Kevins all over the joint.
No, the Kevs.
Now it's Ahmel, I think. Yeah, man, it's full on.
Superb.
Yeah. Do you want another song? Because I got one on my sleeve for you, but it's got to come with a wig, all right?
All right, let's do it.
This is for the younger fans.
What do we got?
Right? So Justin Bieber, all right? So this is what...
Oh my God.
I got my Bieber wig.
We might need one of those.
That's all we do. Check it out.
So imagine, and this, I've even got tattoos like him on the arms, yeah, see?
I like it.
And so if Bieber was Italian, this is how... this is one of his songs would have gone like this. You're right there, you're not going to die, mate. I remember when I come home from school, Mama was in the kitchen making pasta fasul. And I says to my mum, what would it take? Maybe one day you could make me some steak. But my mama didn't like to cook Aussie food. And if you asked for it, she'd get in a bad mood. She says, if you don't like my cooking, well, you better stop your sooking, 'cause I know you'll never make it on your own if you don't like the way Mom cooks that much. Well, maybe you should learn to cook yourself. And if you think that I'm a slave to you and Daddy, well, now you two can go fuck yourself. And don't laugh, Mum used to talk like that. She used to say, actually, she used to say it funnier though. But I still remember the first time my dad dropped the C-bomb. It was the funniest thing ever. We're in the car. I've never heard him say it. We're in the car driving, and someone cuts him off, and just out of nowhere, I just hear bloody rotten. And I still remember one day, and I was about 16, 17, and I was getting my rebellious phase, and I told my dad to get fucked. I said, no, you get fucked. And he goes, no, you get fucked.
I
Fuck, it
love
was
the
funny
Wogs,
shit.
man.
Oh
Gee.
man,
That
mum and
was-
dad. Mum was. I told you earlier about how mum was a mad Carlton supporter. She used to get into punch-ons at the footy. I used to remember her. We used to sit in the Heatley stand,
Yeah, yeah.
right behind the goals.
Yeah, 100%.
The opposition would be lining up, and top of her lungs, yeah. Miss. And she'd give him the corny, mate.
We do that.
You do that.
I do that.
Yeah, we
At
got
every
that.
set shot, I give. Don't worry.
So my son there, he started doing this. The guys are lining up for goal, and right as they're kicking it, he goes, "Coronavirus!" It fucking works, man. They miss every fucking time.
I love it.
It's the best.
Hey, that's sick, man. That was good. That was really good. We'll
Thank
get
you,
to
man.
sing something else later.
What do we got?
Later. What do we got? Let's do some votes.
Oh, the votes, yeah, we almost forgot.
Glasses on.
Seeing as
I'm going to
we're
put
guests,
Team,
that
that we've got the guests here.
Yeah, we'll chuck it over there, mate.
guests can go first.
The guests can go first. Do you remember?
I mean, it's hard to go past Charlie for me for best
Yep.
on ground. Look, I looked at his numbers. They weren't huge, but man, he only had 10 possessions. I
He
believe,
won the
10 or
game.
11 possessions, but his possessions destroyed. So gave him 5. 4 votes was so what was on my list again? You've got it in front of
Walsh.
you. It was Walsh. I mean, yeah. Look, I just got a bit. Wasn't sure if it was between Walsh and the number 3. Now Walsh, I don't think enough people have said enough about him this week because everyone's talking about.
Freak.
Everyone's talked about Curnow and even Wiedering.
Yep.
But Walsh's game, because he just
from
did
start
not
to finish.
Stop.
Start to
He
finish.
just did not stop. The
He
guy's a
ran-
workhorse.
He ran 16 and a half Ks.
Jesus Christ.
So Walsh got my 4. I gave 3 to Wiedering just for.
course.
I mean, you could almost give him Wiedering BAG as well, but
Split them all up.
I mean, look, it's just that last quarter. That he was just so resolute, and because of what he does, I think the other defenders rise with him. So
100%.
He's the leader.
The
down
leader.
yeah,
there.
he
That's
is.
well said. That's really well said.
Hewitt,
Yep.
2 votes. 31 possessions, and just he would have loved playing against his old team, as I said earlier. So that was good. And I gave 1 to Saad because I thought he was very strong. and
Nice.
He did a lot of nice things too.
I like it.
Love it. Very honest
Do
play.
me?
Very comprehensive. Loved it.
Oh, since we're doing
Go
that,
ahead,
I reckon Walsh to me was the best.
Yep.
From start to
Okay.
finish, he was the man who just threw the whole game.
Yep.
Curnow, I think he won the game at the start, and
Yeah.
that was it. It was done. Once he finished, once he kicked his 6. Wiedering, seriously, I stood behind him. Franklin is a beast, man. The bloke is a mountain.
Yep.
And he just held him back. Now TDK deserves 2 votes, and Hewitt, I think, again, is just
Phenomenal.
he's just phenomenal.
Brilliant. Yeah, it was great.
Paul?
It was great. I went 5 to Wiedering, 4 to Walsh, 3 to Charlie, 2 to Hewitt, 1 to TDK,
Yep.
and an honourable mention to Corey Durden.
Durden, Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
got
I wonder if Durden can keep this up, whether he'll give the Rising Star a shake. He's had the nomination already.
Mate, yeah. No reason why he can't.
Could definitely.
No reason why he can't.
He,
Could definitely.
he looks confident. Week in, week out, he's getting more and more
He's
confident.
it's building nicely.
Fresher animal.
Yep.
Like you just go.
He's fast,
Yeah.
strong for a little fella as well. He tackles hard, tackles to hurt.
Got a good kick too.
Does.
I mean,
Tackles to hurt.
The one through the middle bar. Anyway.
It's all
Mine were the sausage, 5.
Austrian sausage.
Jacob
yeah, Austrian
Wiedering,
sausage.
yum yum yum. Then I had.
Fine, that sounds really gay. Man.
I don't
just
care, mate.
saying,
I'll
bro.
turn gay.
He loves
Don't
it.
worry, I would.
It's all good.
Sam Walsh.
Who said anything about turning?
Sam Walsh, mate.
Yeah.
This kid every week. I mean, does he amaze you? I don't even know. It's just him every week. He set the norm there. TDK,
Yeah. Fucking,
breakout game for him.
I reckon.
Awesome. And then I had Charlie.
Yep.
I mean, I could have elevated him up, but he set us up. And then I had George Hewitt.
Yep, there
Well,
you
I
go.
thought in and under was awesome.
Well, the thing is, with these votes, you could have done anything. Wiedering gets 5, Walsh gets 5, Curnow can get 5. Like, it
there was
doesn't
match
matter.
winners everywhere.
Well, the thing is, we're not. There's no single standout. I mean, last year would have been, or 2 years ago, we might have been Cripps. They're always getting best.
And
on
last
the
year
ground.
was
Last
Walsh.
year was Walsh or
Yeah.
Mackay.
Yeah,
That's it.
Well, Wiedering down back.
yeah. So there's a better spread of
Team of
good.
22 and 23.
And as you said, honourable mentions like Fisher,
Durden.
you know what I mean? There's a Doc,
Plowman.
Plowman, you
Yeah,
know.
plenty of them.
Plowman, I reckon, last couple of weeks he's really turned it around. You know?
been good.
If you look back to his first year,
Oh, he was
Plowman,
good earlier.
that's the Plowman of old coming back.
Yeah.
Might have watched himself.
Coaches might have given him some confidence and
100%.
Aaron
Good on
Hamill.
Well,
Aaron
he-
Hamill
he,
might have
he
done
wasn't
the job.
getting a game earlier in the
Exactly.
year.
That's
So.
right.
Good on him.
Aaron Hamill's
Good
done the
stuff.
job with him.
That's right, he has. Anyway, let's have a look at the leaderboard.
Yep. Have a look. Let's see.
And as you can
assuming,
see,
assuming the
it's-
big fella Cripps is
Well,
still
he's
in
still
the lead,
he led for so long. He's still on
Oh.
80. You got Walshy now has moved into second, 64. Kerno's moved into third, 56. Hewitt just keeps on going on, 54. And Docs hasn't got a vote the last couple of weeks, but he's there on 47.
very good.
So it looks good. As I said, Walsh is catching the captain, which is
Well,
good.
Cripps had a couple of weeks where he probably
Last
wouldn't have
fortnight.
pulled the stack, but
Yeah.
he didn't play terrible.
No.
Like even against the, I think it was the Giants, he got 26 touches. I mean, it wasn't terrible.
Correct, yeah.
He only
I
had 20 on the
expect a
weekend.
big one. Well,
If
let's-
he doesn't have to play good every
no,
week
that's
now.
a good thing.
But the thing
He's
is,
like contributors everywhere.
the thing is with a 9-day break, because he looked pretty ragged last week. I saw him with his hands on his hips a bit during that game, so I reckon he'll be nice and rested. This extra couple of
We'll
days
talk
will do
about
him.
that. Let's have a look. Here we go. Carlton, Collingwood, MCG, round 11, Sunday 29th of May, 3:20 p.m.
Yep.
Big game. The two young stars there you can see in Dacos and Sauce, two big names from the past. Battle it out.
How's good Sauce been, by the way? I'm really
We
like
big him
taken.
up every week.
I'm taken by his games these days.
He's fantastic.
We big him up every week.
Yeah,
He's one of our favourites.
Like last year, he was obviously at the crossroads, man.
Nah.
I don't think
I
he was-
think people just put that.
Oh, we just didn't, I didn't know what to do with him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, when you've got an incompetent coach
Well,
who
there's
doesn't
that.
know how to coach, was he a coach? No.
No, clearly not.
You know, so
Yeah.
you don't
Always-
help out any of your
Always,
players, so-
always like what he offered, not just because of his name or anything like that, but I love that he's an outlet and he hits up.
Footballer.
He's a true footballer, does his job,
What a
he's
game!
hard.
It's our away game next week.
Well,
so.
I think he's always had a football brain.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
You know,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
and he's always like second, third effort.
Do you trust him when he's got the ball?
Well, now I do.
Yeah.
I didn't a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And even shooting at goal, he seems to have improved that area
Yes.
as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like he's still like young in age, in game wise. What's he going like 80, 90 games?
About that.
about
He's
that.
about to hit.
How old
He's
is he?
about
24?
to. Yeah, 23, 24.
I mean, fucking
He's
hell,
got another
people-
10 years left in him.
You expect
It's a
because
decade.
of his name, when he's
Decade.
21, you're thinking fucking Silvani.
Well,
It's like TDK.
I compared him to his dad at the same stage. And I think, no, but Steve was pretty established.
Two
Yeah,
different
Steve was
players,
just
though.
like, yeah.
They're just two different
talking
players.
Steve was like
fullback of the century.
like the greatest fullback ever.
He kicked 10 goals in the game.
Yeah,
Too.
exactly.
I'll just
Oh,
keep
that's
this on the
right.
low down. I think,
You know, he kicked 200 goals
the
in his
Austrian
career.
sausage himself might overtake Silvani there.
Cool.
Give it
It's a big
10 years
call.
and we'll rewind the
Well,
tape.
we don't know. We'll find out, will we?
I've always said he's got dual attributes.
Yep.
Oh, next
Dual
week.
attributes.
Yep. Next week.
So
big
next
game.
week, so big game, everyone.
It's our away game.
Let's go out there and let's outnumber those filth.
We'll be all on the top deck next week.
So you guys were right. Jack Silvani's 24 and he's played 83 games.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
No,
it
I
is.
think he's going along beautifully.
Now he is. I love where he's at, and he's got a real role, and he plays it well. I still see it weird though watching him go up in the ruck though.
Yeah. Ideally,
It's out
that's
of
not where it's
necessity
because
at
of
the moment.
out of
Maybe
necessity.
put his hand up to do it though.
Oh,
He does.
Yeah, no,
He actually
does.
likes
But
it,
ideal,
apparently.
well, he's just another midfielder to add in there, and I actually don't mind him on the ball every now and again because I know his old development coach, who's obviously now gone, Josh Fraser, who I obviously still speak to and mates with. He said, mate, he goes love when Jack is an outlet because that's his main role.
Good one.
But what's happening now?
It's over.
Oh, it's over. Hawthorn have beaten Brisbane.
Yeah.
Wow, we're equal.
17
And
plus,
not only
You
that,
already know that.
not only that, Brisbane kicked 2 goals in the last minute or two.
Oh wow, holy moly!
So you know what I mean? It's
That's good for us.
But yeah, Jack has been an outlet as that high half forward, and he's played that role fantastically well.
He's a competitive animal, man.
I've always liked him. I've always liked what he brought to the table. And
Nah, love him, man. I'm telling you, he is an
developed really
important
nicely.
part, man.
And I
Important.
think he'll get better.
I really admire
For
what
sure.
he's done because
4 years, he get better. When he hits 27, mate, who knows? Who
This
knows?
whole team
Who knows?
in 3 years' time, if they stick together,
Yeah, and I think they will.
this year,
Next week.
next week.
all right. Before we go into next week,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
You're the man.
Oh yes. Okay. Have we got video of it? Have we got the?
Well, we don't
Well, I
know.
didn't have it, but
I'll put it up on.
I'll put it up.
Put it up on Instagram. I'll put it up on Instagram.
He's got it on Instagram, but we had our predictions. I said 26, and I was looking good at the time. You
I
said
said 2
just,
points.
yeah, just. But this man, what'd you say?
15.
And
Said
what did we
15 points, Carl.
And we did it.
Right on.
Done it twice.
Yeah, done it twice.
Right on the dial.
What other game? Oh, the other game was a Port Adelaide game.
Well, you said 3 points.
No, I said like 96. Or
Oh, that was last
Oh,
year.
that was last year. Yeah.
He
last
said
year.
96, yeah, that's right.
But
And we won by 95.
Lost.
no, they
No, we lost, sorry, we lost by 95.
Yeah.
19 goals in a row,
Carlton
1995.
by 15 points against Sydney.
Well, you want to start? I'll let you all go first, and I'll. tell
So
you.
we're playing Collingwood. We're going to smash them.
All right, what's the margin?
We're going to smash them. This will be a 39-point win.
Okay. Gab?
Oh, no, it's hard. It's really hard for me to sort of like say that we're going to win by more than say 24 points or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the line. That's the line in the betting. Minus 23.5. I'm not saying mine yet. Carlton will win, but I'm saving it till
Oh, because you got the multi.
something to say, yeah.
I'm gonna. I'm toying between under this, but I'm just gonna go out there. I'm gonna say we're gonna break the 10-goal hoodoo that we haven't.
Win.
Yeah, that we haven't done in like 8 years. We're gonna beat them by 62 points.
Whoa! I like it.
All right. Just to sort of pour a bit of cold water on that idea. I just want you to realise that even though I know it's early in the game, but right now Collingwood are 3 goals up on Fremantle in Perth.
Doesn't
I'm
change.
just saying.
No bearing on the game.
I'm just saying.
Doesn't change. They could win that game, and still I wouldn't change my bearing on what I was doing towards next week.
I'm just saying.
Because Freo can't do what we can do to the team in a quarter.
True. I'll agree with that.
Fair point.
And it's at the MC June, and we're ready.
It'll be 80,000 gorillas there.
This is easy.
80,000.
This is big. All right, that's good. That's good. Hey, since we're talking about Italian, I thought we'll show some of the great Italian comedians at the moment, in the past. This bloke here I love is called Sebastian.
Maniscalco.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's brilliant.
Yeah,
He's brilliant.
Let's have a look at this.
I was sitting in my house a couple weeks ago, just relaxing. My doorbell rang. This is weird. It's a different feeling when your doorbell rings today opposed to 20 years ago, right? 20 years ago, your doorbell rang. That was a happy moment in your house. It's called company. You'd be sitting there on a Thursday night watching TV. Your doorbell rang. The whole family shot off the couch. Oh my God! Put the lights on. Somebody's here. We got people. The whole family went to the door. The kids were in socks. They slid up to the door. Nobody looked to see who it was. All right, you just opened up the door. You were like, oh my God, look at that. Look at us here. And you'd ask them, what the hell are you doing here? And the person would be like, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I might stop by, see how the kids are doing. They're like, oh, come on in. We're gonna have some cake. Now your doorbell rings? It's like, what the fuck? All right, your own mother's crawling across the kitchen floor. Get down, my army crawl. Army crawl, get in the closet. Go get the sword in the living room. Somebody get the sword underneath the couch in the living room. There's a sword. All right, you have to turn and ask your family, you invite anybody over? You invite anybody over?
First of all, that bloke is a gun, mate, but that is so, like, growing up when I was a kid, I don't know how it was when you were a kid.
Yeah, mate, it's actually the same.
Mate, used to all sit there watching your channel, 4 channels, that's all there was.
all it was.
Right, used to watch and the doorbell rang and the
Benny Hill on Sunday
excitement.
night.
Yeah, Benny on a Sunday night, yeah. The excitement that someone just come over, you know. And now, mate, I'm telling you, you got to ring people that in your driveway to make sure, hey,
I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Can I come and knock at the door? You know, so So there you go. There you go.
Now we're not even allowed to go to other people's
Well, that's
houses.
Depends what lockdowns are in place.
Hey,
It's a good excuse, actually. What are you guys doing on the weekend? We're all going out. Oh, no. I got COVID. Sorry, can't come. Yeah.
100%. Hey, listen. Let's have a look at this segment.
The day of the reserves.
You commentate today?
No, I didn't commentate. I had a little bit of work. I had a little bit of work to do though with the club.
So what happened?
Yeah, disappointing loss. Close loss. Lost by 3 points. Probably should have won. They started off very strongly, but then the margin was whittled away. And close arm wrestle for pretty much the majority, and they just weren't able to get any momentum going through the second, third, and fourth term.
Yeah.
I think Daniel O'Keefe, the coach, he wasn't there. He must have been sick or something, so he actually didn't coach. But disappointing loss. And I think they want to be the bearer of bad news, but this will probably come out before this goes onto YouTube. But Marchbank went off with a sore knee, the opposite knee to which he did his ACL. I don't know what it is. It might have been a bump where they just said, we're just going to take let's just get him off. There's no point. He's played his minutes. Let's just take him off. I don't know what it is. At this stage on Sunday night, no idea what it could be.
Ball injury or knee on knee?
I have no idea. I got no idea. I just was told that.
We should have done the malarkey on that bloke there,
Well,
mate.
he needs it more than anyone. And Murkoff went down. Apparently he was on crutches, but he went down clutching the back of his ankle, heel, something like that. So he didn't look great. So that was disappointing. Dow had 31 and 2 goals. Had a really strong first half, and then just he was sort of unsighted after half time. He didn't really have the impact that. I think he might have been sooled up forward for a little bit, but
I did offer him a chip.
Hey?
I did offer him a chip in the box there.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, no, I've got a game on Sunday.
Okay, fair enough.
For a chip.
So his numbers look quite good.
Good boy.
But yeah, look, I don't think he'd be coming in. Williamson, 26 and a goal. Boyd was probably our best on, 24 and a goal. Strange, we won the clearances 41 to 34, so we got field position, but just unable to really do much with it going forward as centre, which was disappointing. Honey made a successful return, but didn't.
Nice. Like to hear that.
I don't think he kicked a goal, so he was sort of floated in and out of the game, but not a game where I think he'd be coming back, but I think it's probably another 2-3 weeks. Dom Aku.
Oh, yes, you keep mentioning him, yeah. How do you go?
Oh, some really good things.
My lad.
Strong defensive effort. He had 12 disposals. There were about 3 or 4 times where he stuffed up by hand and he got caught holding the ball, but it was what he was trying to do was the right thing, take the game on, try to run and open it up when it was really stagnant, and he got caught a few times. But I'm happy. That's another layer of his game that he's going to develop as well. So young Sudanese boy who's, he's so courageous, like just brave, like he just flies up like you would, like he just goes at the ball.
There's
like
a lot of Africans running around now. No, there is. No, but seriously, most clubs are sort of seeming to have one on their list almost.
Yeah, no, they are. Well, CJ, I think, is the prototype that I think they're going to try to lean off with him, because CJ's like he's a strong intercept mark. He's strong in the air, but he's strong with his rebound 50s, and I think I started to see that come in with this young fella. So
that is CJ Changuth Giant.
Yeah, Giant
from Hawthorn.
So right, look, we know like these Sudanese boys are just like.
Yeah.
Well, they're starting to come in now. I think they love footy. You see it in the juniors as well. They actually love playing footy.
Unbelievably athletic.
Yeah,
I remember about 10 or 12 years ago when I was still playing cricket at Wyndham Vale. There was this huge African kid kicking footy barefoot on the oval, booting at both feet, 60 metres. It was Majak Dor.
Oh wow! Sheesh.
I was going, who's this guy? I'm kicking without shoes on. Yeah, he's been drafted by North. That's Majak Dor.
So yeah, he's developing with every game that goes along and just continually adding layers to his game. So keep an eye for this young Sudanese boy.
Keen to see him like next year.
100%.
Still got a long way to go.
How did he get drafted? Was he just
rookie?
It was a rookie.
Come through like NAB League, like junior ranks and all that.
Rookie B or
something like that, like a category B rookie, something like that. But he's a development player, a project player.
And is he tall?
I think he's in the 195-ish range. So he'll be a key position intercept defender.
He's kind of like Giant or like a in between him and Aliyah.
Yeah, it's juicy just to have in the background. You never know, mate.
Yeah, no, mate. Well, we know. Look, these Sudanese and African
Well,
fellas,
they're
they're so athletic.
That's
like
right.
they're just their
That's right.
stride.
So if you
is
can get
just
one
incredible.
that's like
They'll
good,
go
man.
all day. They'll go
If you
all
get
day.
one that's good, he's going to be good.
Yeah.
He's
So
gonna be good.
it's
All right,
an
that's
area
good.
they need to tap into. But look, a loss. It's disappointing.
That's 2
but-
losses, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 losses in a row.
What are
It's
they
after
now?
the bye.
No, 5 and
5 and 3, I think. Yeah, which is a bit disappointing, but they're still inside the 8, I think.
That's all right. That's all right.
As long as they keep pushing from the bottom.
That's it,
those
that's it,
certain
that's it.
players,
We
you
play
know.
Preston next week.
Will Hayes play?
He didn't play. Will Hayes didn't play. Not too sure what happened there. So he was probably our best player all year. He's a VFL listed boy, but he didn't play. So
There you go. All right, good.
Yeah,
Good
they-
wrap
they-
of the
no one's-
reserves.
No one's coming up into the team unless someone gets injured.
Nah, well, that's it. That's it. That's good. That's good. All right. Let's have this one. All right.
Rocco's rant.
Rant.
Rocco's rant.
All right, so this isn't a rant like last year. Last year there was a rant about a player or a club or an official, every week,
Every
mate.
week.
And right.
But this week I can't do it, man. Like there's nothing. There's no one to bag it. Like even if I just try to find like the worst player or the worst person, I can't.
Gerard?
Who?
Gerard?
No,
But
But
can
even
you
he had-
really
even
give
he
him
had
a
the
rant?
he's been good. You know, he's been good.
And he's Italian. You always give him just a little.
I'm feeding into it.
Yeah, no, wait.
Trying to put petrol.
No,
on
I
the
can't do it.
flames.
Can't do it. I can't do it, man. I'm loving the boys.
let's
I'm
go.
loving them. So this week's Marvel Stadium food prices.
Well, you could get $2 pies, remember?
Listen to me. I just did a few calculations here, right? This is ridiculous, man. So you go, normally you get a meat pie, $5, right? You get chips,
$4.
$6.90.
I don't know. I don't buy anything.
You get fish and chips, a little bit of fish,
20.
$12.50. You get a fruit juice, $3.50. You get an ice cream, $6.50. A Coke is nearly $7 or $6.50. And the water's like $6.
The water's the rip.
What are they talking about? The chips, it's potatoes for crying out loud, mate. It's potatoes. You buy a bag for like 50 cents, mate. Seriously, so if you got like 2 kids, let's just say you got basic 2 kids. You got 2 kids?
2 kids.
So you go to the footy and all of you go, we just eat something, right? Just not a lot, but something to get us through.
Kids eat a chips
One
and
pie
hot dog.
each.
Nah, they all maybe
One
Aussie
pie
kids,
each.
Yeah.
$20, right? And then we go, oh, plus they always want chips too.
Yeah.
Right? So that's another $28. Right? And then they want a dessert, we'll give them like an ice cream, right? Dips, another $26. And they've got to wash it down, don't they? 4 Cokes, $28. $102.
For a family of 4.
Are you going to be satisfied with that? I don't want to hear excuses of the AFL, it's Marvel and that. They say it's family friendly and all that and the memberships and that. And they say, oh, you don't have to buy food and that. You know that's bullshit. You know you bring your kids there, they're going to want something out of there. You're going to go to the footy and you're going to fork out $102 for una schifezza like that.
That's before you get in the ground, though.
And that's for the shitty food. If you try to go to one of those gourmet places they got in there, forget it.
Gammy Royal Stacks and
Forget it.
SPQR.
What are they?
It's upwards of nearly $200. That's
They
for
see
food
you
and drinks
cannot,
and that.
yeah, I'm telling you, families can't do that, mate, and that's ridiculous, man. Seriously, $6.90 for chips, and it's not like you go and buy the fish and chips. It's those little things there. There's like 20 chips in there. It's potatoes for crying out loud, mate. They're worth nothing. Don't make me do that. And so that's it. And as I said, man, you've got to spend over $100 on a thing, man. That's bullshit, mate.
It's the whole lucky che mangiava prima.
And I know, and you bring your own stuff.
Can you bring food?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
You still, because remember there was a stage where they were stopping
They
people
weren't
from
allowed
bringing
you to
in
bring
food.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can bring food. And some people are smart. They bring like hot dogs in like Firmers and all that. And that's smart. And you do that. But you go there, you go for a quick thing to the footy and that.
Yeah, with the chutney. They bring a chutney in.
Anyway,
Good
that's
rant. Good rant. I like it.
well rant. I think this is a rant for the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
A rant for the people.
Yeah.
Let's
People
get
power.
out there.
There's no people power left in this country.
Nah, that's it. All right. AFL talk.
Yep.
We thought we'll just do a quick one since it's Indigenous round.
So Doug Nichols round. That's correct. Yes.
Well, we got 2 rounds of it.
We do. We have 2 rounds of it,
Double
so we're
round.
still in the middle of it.
2 rounds. Yeah, they got it.
So they're going to wear their Indigenous Guernseys again?
Yeah.
My son will
Carlton-
be wrapped because I bought him one. He
No,
was going
Carlton-
to wear it this week.
Are
again.
Carlton going to wear it again? Are they? I don't
It's
think
2
they are.
rounds.
I don't think they are.
They'll wear it. You know, some clubs they just wear it like sometimes in like where.
Yeah, I don't
Melbourne will wear it twice.
Yeah.
Because they've even changed their name.
Nah.
Nah.
Are we
Okay, my
something
question
dog?
is this. My question is this. So Melbourne changed their name to Nam. Why weren't they playing North Nam yesterday? That's what I want to know.
Club initiative,
North
I guess.
Nam versus Nam.
Yeah.
It's a club initiative.
And what
North
about
didn't
what
want to
about
embrace it.
what about if there was a team in the western suburbs? It'd be Vietnam. Right? That's true too. Yeah, it's true.
It's a fair point. All right, let's do favourite Aboriginal player of all time.
All right. Well, Carlton. It's obviously Jed Anderson.
I was gonna say Clem Smith.
Clem
Games that he played.
Not Jed Anderson. Joe Anderson.
Joe
sorry,
Anderson.
Joe
Joe
Anderson. Jed
Anderson.
Anderson's one from
Oh,
Joe Anderson.
didn't even know he was Indigenous.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that.
Favourite Carlton.
Eddie Betts.
But I know they don't mention it, and because of all what he's done and all that, but just playing ability and on the ground just for Carlton.
Yaron.
Chris Yaron.
What a player.
My God.
Champion.
Fuck,
probably
talk
one of the
about
most skillful.
game winner, match winner, impact player, X factor. He was it. He
Yeah,
could have
he was
been
good.
anything.
He was good.
I know.
He
But
could have been
favourite
anything.
Indigenous player
Ever?
outside of Carlton ever.
Ours
It's
is the same.
Andrew McLeod.
Yeah, well, that's mine.
Oh,
There you go.
Well, I'm still looking at Cyril, to be honest with you.
Oh, Cyril.
Cyril.
That's your favourite.
One touch.
I
on
love
sack
McLeod.
player,
McLeod was this. Like Yaron was that kind of like almost McLeod, you know. I was always hoping that
Yeah, he could.
that SBS was going to be something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Nah.
What is he, the youngest North Smith player
Correct.
ever?
Correct.
I also grew up through
Did he
the.
win two?
Yeah, 1-2.
Won them both. Back to
Oh
back.
yeah, back to back. Yeah. I also grew up through there, and you probably too. The Cracker Brothers there.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
the Cracker
yeah,
Brothers,
yeah,
mate.
wow,
Oh,
wow.
oh.
they had this.
They were something else, man.
Unbelievable.
They're electrifying, the
Yeah.
young Indigenous players. When you
Yeah.
got one, and I think
When
we're
you
going to
get good
have
ones.
one like Mock, mate. Well, I mean, you can't go past the greatest one, probably, is Buddy Franklin. Mate,
That's what I-
seeing what he can do on a pitch
Yeah.
for his size, far out.
he's
Like at 100 and like, he'd be 100 and like at his peak, 100 and what, 110 kilos,
Yeah.
6'5", and he could just run like a
Like
freight
a
train.
gazelle, man.
What he did to Hooker that night,
Oh,
disgusting.
That was the
God.
best.
That's a violation.
That's the best.
He
about-
violated him.
Was it
Yeah,
when he was
yeah.
playing for Hawthorn?
Hawthorn.
The jump.
To jump over in the middle of the
hurdle
ground
jump and the goal.
and just
The
bombed
goal.
it. Yeah, mate, he
The
is.
goal.
He got,
But that run with Hooker.
he
the
violated
look on
him.
Hooker's face
He's
trying
like,
to catch
oh,
it.
I have to show I got
But you
something.
got to keep running,
yeah.
mate.
Yeah,
You gotta keep
him,
running.
I mean, you got Mickey O.
Yeah, Mickey
yeah,
O'Loughlin.
Loughlin.
What a player he
He
was.
was a champion, man. Double premiership player, double Brownlow medalist, record holder.
Did he win a Coleman? No. No, he
Who?
didn't win a Coleman.
I think he did
Michael
it.
O'Loughlin.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, he didn't win a Coleman. No.
Look, he didn't
Or
do
Adam
himself
Goods.
a lot of.
Oh, mate. Goods
Yeah,
is
like-
probably top. He's
Oh,
one of
that's
the
sorry,
top
that's
ones.
who Goods
Yeah,
won
Goods.
the Brownlows. Goods probably didn't do himself a lot of favours near the end.
But
there.
just playing ability and player-wise,
he could be one of the best.
He's a genuine freak.
Well, he's got the
genuine
most-
freak.
well, he's got the most.
Most games as an
Good to
Indigenous.
see him.
And
He was
Not
back
only
the
that,
other
the
day,
most
actually.
awards, hasn't he? 2 Brownlows, 2 premierships.
Yeah.
he was a
He was back at the SCG a couple of weeks
Yeah, he
ago.
did
Good to
come
see
back.
him
He
back.
could do good
He's
to
a
come back.
he was a freak.
Champion.
Yeah, so
Incredible player.
And one of my favourites though in the Hawthorn era was Silk.
Oh, Burgoyne. The Papu.
We got a mate of ours, and I used to go to the footy with him to watch Hawthorn every week as well. Because he's like, come along, and I'm like, yeah, because I just like going to the footy. Mate, watching that bloke playing, what he could do with the footy, just do anything, unreal, unreal.
No,
Did you get
he-
to see much of Gavin Wanganeen or not?
Wanganeen,
No,
doesn't
well,
he?
when I was a kid,
He gives me a little bit of Argyle, that bloke.
Because Essendon,
He could play. though.
93.
or 93,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
could
he
play.
stole the fucking
He was a
Brownlow
champion
medal from
too.
Williams.
He could play.
He was a
like that,
champion as well. Yeah, I've watched.
He could play. No, he was good. How many people can win a Brownlow from the back pocket, mate?
Not many.
Exactly.
Shouldn't have won
many.
it.
Wow. Well, wasn't that because one of the games that Williams had 45 possessions didn't get a vote?
And
Because he had
umpire
the
didn't give him
umpire.
a vote,
He
yeah.
admitted the umpire didn't like
Didn't the
it.
umpire come out and
Should have
say
at least
something?
given him one.
Yeah.
No, should have
What did the umpire say?
What did he say?
It was in the game, was it? Wasn't it in the game?
Oh.
In the game, like there was an argument or something, and one of the umpires just
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
give him a
And
vote.
then the umpire came. I think it was after they asked him the question or
know.
something. I don't know.
That was apparently the males.
Anyway, but yeah, mate. So
there's
many
so
good
many.
Cloud for me.
players.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't, hard to go past.
Liam Jones.
He's alright. He's a good player.
He's 164th Aboriginal or something.
Is he? I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
He's a good player.
Nah, he's a good player.
Good servant.
He's a good servant.
Come on.
He's a good servant. What about Walker?
Andrew Walker.
1AW.
Walker,
Andrew
1AW.
Walker.
He is a champion. All right, good man. So there's
Club
plenty.
champion,
Yeah,
right.
so this is Indigenous round. So yes, kudos to all the Aboriginal
All the
players.
Braz. I love
All
it, the Braz.
Yeah,
I
the
love
Braz
it.
man
Love
were there. They did. Richmond did a good little. Did you see that?
Yeah, but they say Parker who fell over.
Oh yeah,
Did he?
that's
Fell
it.
over. Yeah, he was going up to the Essendon player and he just slipped over.
That's it. All right. What about this one?
Anak na dugo, maghiwalay ang kaluluwa mo sa katawan. Hindi na nila ako pwedeng maliitin ulit. Ang brutal na pagpas lang yan ang aking hina.
You like the clown? You like clowns?
That's scary as shit.
You like
I
clowns?
don't like the clown.
I'm not scared of him, but bloody I might start.
Now this one was either going to be Banana of the Week or Mars' Malocchio.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make a Mars' Malocchio and he can go on about it too. I'm going to start the night off. I was walking to the game with my brother, right? We got there early. We went straight from work. Get there at 5:40.
Okay, yeah, I know where this is going.
And I've mentioned it before, but I'm going to harp on about it because I can't fucking stand it. Is I saw a person in a Richmond Vergonia top, right? And I looked him dead set in the eyes, and my brother can vouch for me here. And I go, you're a fucking dead shit. I'm like, why would you wear the schifetza to here? Carlton versus Sydney, you don't have to wear that. Why are you wearing that?
I saw a Melbourne supporter.
I
Right?
saw an Adelaide Crows guy.
That's number one.
What are they doing?
That's number one, right? Then I walk into the game, and before he got there, I said to my brother, "This fucking idiot down there," right? And then in the game, he got up when Sydney kicked. I think it was his first goal or second goal.
First goal.
He got up.
Oh, did he cheer?
This bloke. This wasn't the Richmond supporter. This was another person. And what did he have on him?
An Essendon scarf.
Ah.
And what did I say after the first goal? I put him in his place straight away.
What did
Yep.
you say?
I said, sit down,
Sit down,
dickhead.
dickhead.
Okay, that's the only thing you've had to celebrate all year. I go, sit down, you idiot.
And what happened to
I
him?
said, sit down. He didn't say boo after
And
it.
what happened to him? He was sitting in the wrong section.
Yeah.
When you got
You don't
four
sit in front of
gorillas
you guys,
sitting
eh?
next to each other, and we see that Schifetza, he fucking copped it all, game.
That's the
Dank. Yeah, all the drugs, everything, mate. He copped it. He got a
Banter.
mouthful.
It's banter.
That was like when we went to that Essendon game.
This is a story. He'd never ever been to a game with us. But
Oh,
we
never.
kept telling him, like, if you come to a game with us, like, just...
Mate, you start
It's
ducking
an
your head.
experience that you'll never, like...
You'll
bro-
duck your head like
Right.
shield.
That
And
was
the spot, like, we got the whole bay. We got, like, all bays we got going. We started all the spot fires and then it all just lit
There was
up.
this one Essendon guy who started and he looked like fucking like
Bruce Reed,
Bruce
or Dr.
Reed.
Reed, whatever.
Reese was sort of mouthing off a
Yeah.
bit, and then other people started going, and then other people started
the
going.
best.
And
Gee, I hope we won.
we did, it was last year when
Thank
we
God
beat
for that.
Essendon. Yeah.
But my Malocchio is when you're going to another game
Don't
and the
wear it.
team is not like you're gonna wear another club's colours and the team's not involved. Just don't.
I agree.
Just look at yourself in the fucking mirror, right? Imagine going to Carlton Collingwood next week and you see a fucking Essendon supporter. If you actually do see an Essendon supporter or a Richmond supporter, I want you to fucking slay them.
Slay them,
Straight
that's
up,
it.
because don't worry, there's 80k gorillas that are going to be Carlton
I'm
there.
gonna
And if
put-
there's an hunch on, well, you're in there, mate. They were all in there,
I'm going to
right?
put my hand up here. I've got a confession to make.
Oh, don't tell me you wore a
Well,
clown.
no, let me explain. So, do you remember the game, Victoria versus South Australia at the MCG?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the state of origin.
State of Origin. And that was Dougie, Ted Whitten did the...
Yes, he did that lap. Yeah.
I was there that day. And I
Is
was,
that in 95?
no, I think so.
Okay, right.
I was wearing a Fremantle jumper at that game.
Fremantle?
Yep, I had a Fremantle jumper.
Why?
I just loved the jumper.
Because of the red, white,
Is it
and green.
Italian?
Yep.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, I had a Fremantle jumper.
But that's all right because
But that's at a state of origin
Yeah.
game, and you can
You
wear
can wear
any
your colours.
colours.
I'm just saying.
But
That's
he wore a
fair
Freo jumper.
he's got a
Yeah, but I don't
GWS
wear the jumper.
But he's got the
I was-
GWS. You got
I
the
got a
finger.
GWS membership
Yeah, right.
because I just like.
You
I
got
just
the
like
you got the finger.
I got the finger. I bought it at the Melbourne game when they beat them last year. But you wear the colours that are meant to be worn on that day.
Correct.
You can't do
So
that.
I got interviewed as I was walking around by the Sunday Footy Show, and they asked me if I could do any impersonations. I said, yeah, I can do Sam Kekovich, and because Sam Kekovich used to be on that show. So they said, all right, go for it, and I said, as I perambulate around the MCG, I loved it. I was just using big words. Made it on TV. But there I was on TV wearing a fucking
The Freo jumper.
I went to a Freo Essendon game with my cousin who's Essendon. I'm wearing that jumper too.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm in the toilet having
Look, they were smart at the time they promoted it with the
Red,
thing.
white and green.
Yeah, you know, and it's a very big,
There goes the mic.
like Italian community up there.
But like that's my gripe. It's
No,
probably
no,
going to
I
be.
agree.
I just hate it. I can't stand it.
I
man.
agree.
But if you do see a Richmond supporter next week or an Essendon, hammer them. Just tell them why.
As I said,
just
I
go
thought-
up to them and just say why.
I didn't say anything, but the
No, I
Melbourne
do.
supporter, I just shook
You got to
my
let
head.
them know
I can't
because
believe, like,
if you
why
let
you
it's
come?
like tapping your best mate on the shoulder. Like, what are you wearing? Why are you going out like that?
That's
Well,
it.
Like, did you look at yourself in the mirror, bro?
That's it.
You
That's
look
a good
dickhead.
mate. That's a
That's
good
a good mate.
That's it.
Well,
Where's his mates or where's
He's
his
got-
family?
Wow.
Be that good parent. Be that good that mate, and say, mate, you're going to Carlton versus fucking Sydney. I don't think you should be wearing that.
Yeah, we
And he was sitting in the Carlton section as well on the members' wing. You dickhead.
Must have felt like a
well, we had
Typical Essendon supporter.
So we're in the
mind you.
stands, and this guy in a Adelaide Crows jumper was walking up the aisle,
Yeah.
and my son, hey, you're at the wrong game.
Good. Bravo. Well
Exactly.
done. What's he going to say?
They laugh.
Yeah.
I think so.
Anyway, that's my gripe again.
I like it. Well, since you were saying there was either going to be this or that,
Yeah.
let's do this one.
Bang, here we go.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Running down the stairs.
Coming down the stairs. All right. Proudly sponsored by
Marino Brothers. Or Marino Bros.
Marino
$60
Bros.
or more.
Correct.
You
Free
purchase
shipping.
the products before midnight. They'll be there the next day. Free shipping at your doorstep.
I used to know a couple of Kiwi blokes. I used to call them Marino Brothers because they used to like sheep a real lot.
Marino Wolf.
They like the wall. That's it.
Different kind of merino. But.
Okay.
I wonder if ours
Do you know they've come up with a new use for sheep in New Zealand? Yeah, meat and wool.
Yeah, that's it. They love it. They love it. That's it.
I wonder
All
what
right.
ours is all going to be.
Well, mine's going to be simple. This is kind of like looking back, right? So I just want you to put up this little article up here.
Okay, yep, okay, yep.
Mine goes to Mick Malthouse. As you can see, Mick Malthouse explains why Essendon will win the 2022 AFL Premiership, and then he goes through with it. Mick, come on, mate. Even at the start of the year, to say that you were going to win, that could be the worst call in the history of football, don't you reckon?
He's lost his marbles.
He's lost it. No wonder you came to Carlton and bloody wrecked us the way you did, man, after that sort of call. So, yeah, so my banana goes to big Mick Malthouse, mate.
Well played.
I never knew that article even existed.
Yeah, no, he brought it out.
I bet you he regrets it.
He does regret it. And he was real. If you read the article, he was a real. He went through everything about why they would win the Premiership.
Did he also mention what a tough nut Dylan Shield is?
Yeah, that's it. Dylan Shield.
Go on, Mr. Rossi.
Yeah, well, speaking of Dylan Shield, I'm going to give mine to Luke Parker.
Ah,
Well,
I like
look,
it. Okay.
Two reasons. I'll say this. Two reasons. One is, at the time where he gave it to Dylan, that was I saw the incident, and obviously it must have been in the context of something that happened earlier in the game.
Yeah, okay.
Because that particular incident, Dylan
He actually did go in.
literally
yeah.
he took possession of the ball and was tackled immediately, dumped to the ground, and the ball came loose. It's not like he backpedaled and backed away from the contest.
I agree.
So when he did his little shimmy, which I actually thought was funny, to be honest with you, I thought, gee, I hope there's more to that, because if you're doing it at that instant, that's a bit weird. But then I thought to myself, he's going to, all he has to do is walk on the field, and next week he's going to, and we were giving it to him.
Oh, yeah.
The whole game. So, and look,
Kennedy did.
and they were, and we walked off winners, and he's going to have to live that down now. We could obviously, you can't accuse him of being scared, but at the same time, they were soft at times. I guess Sydney in the first
100%.
half.
Well, you're going to do that sort of stuff, you know, and you got to expect that if you don't back it up weak, because
There was no way he
it'll
was doing
come.
that against that midfield on Friday
Not a
night.
chance.
Well, so the thing is, like he was one of their best players on the night, but they lost. And you know, it's just so easy. You just open yourself up. So here, cop this, mate. You do that. So if I had been near the gate as he's walking off, I'd have gone like this.
You know what? It's gonna like follow him for a while now.
Oh, every team that comes up against him now, they're going to go in
he's,
harder.
he's one of my favourite players.
He's a tough
champion. I like that banana. That's a good one.
I can't believe how young he still is. Though. He's only
27?
27, 28. He's young.
He's
beaten and bruised.
They got some really good young players.
Like I sort of think of him way back, and he played in 2015 in the Premiership, right? So, you know, he wouldn't have been here in 2012, though, was he?
Nah, it's a long time.
So I think that's when it was. No, that's when they won their last flag. 2012. 2012 they won it. Did they? Did they beat
2012.
Hawthorn, then lose to
It
Hawthorn?
was 2011.
No, 2012 they won.
They beat Hawthorn
13,
and then they
14,
lost
15.
to Hawthorn.
So was he there? And he played in the losing grand final.
Yes, he's a premiership. He's a premiership
winner
player.
and
A premiership player.
Anyway, good player, but
He's a good player, but a knob. Yeah.
he's a knob. He's a knob.
No,
now.
no. A banana.
A banana. A banana.
Same thing.
Knob, same thing.
My banana goes to Josh Kennedy.
Yeah.
JP Kennedy. Yep.
Okay, wow. Okay.
For taking your eyes off the ball. I know he's a hard player in that, but
That was out of frustration, I'm
Yeah.
sure, because they were
Too
getting
slow
smashed.
to the ball.
possibly,
They
yeah.
were getting smashed, and he
Yeah,
wanted
possibly.
to wanted to fly the
A
flag,
little
but
bit
he
of interesting insight on that from the Carlton Cheer Squad page on Twitter, where they said initially it was like what they said was, oh no, it wasn't malicious, he didn't mean
Telling
it, he
you,
did.
mate.
But then they reversed it because they go, look at the passage of play beforehand and what he did to Hewitt. He sort of like wrestled Hewitt off, and he was maybe trying to set the tone a little bit
yeah,
there.
that's what he was trying to do.
Okay,
If-
I don't know. I'm
if you-
reserving judgment.
Failed spectacular.
If you go back and you look at the tape, I'm telling you right now, there's another vision where they've slowed it right down, and you see his eyes shift off ball onto Doherty's head, and I'm going, if he kept his eyes on the ball and went in, fair enough, but he took his eyes off it.
He was slow to the ball,
Yeah.
and then he went for the
and then
man,
he
man.
copped instant karma and done his hammy. So
That was like
that's
that.
bad.
You can't
Champion
get more
footballer.
instant karma than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boom,
you
boom.
can't
Kinda
get
funny
more.
though,
Champion footballer, but you're getting banana of the week, and they gave him a week just for insult to injury.
You know, one of the most insulting sights to see is a guy sitting on the ground, writhing in agony while he's getting.
Sticking his head in.
Man, he's trying to hold his leg, man, and he's trying to hold back. It was the best.
So, yeah, that's my one. This is a soft
I like it.
I know this one.
I've been waiting for this one. Tell me.
Adam T.
Adam T.
Now, I haven't screenshotted this to you, but I'm going to screenshot it,
Alright.
and I'm going to put it up, right? So, now,
I love it.
Terry does a preview of every single game every week, right, on the Blue Broad channel. And he did the Sydney one. And, you know, he was, he's confident, a little bit nervous, a little bit excited, a little bit, which is what I was too. But I was always, not adamant, but I had this thing in the back of my mind that, like, because I try to take, the analytical view thing, the punting point of view, because that's what I do, as an analyst with work and all that. And I said, look, this is going to be a big test of our strength and conditioning.
Yep.
Huge test. 5-day break, wet weather football, still a young squad, we're missing Harry, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I think the way we need to play this game is blitz them early, get that 5 to 6 goal bridge.
We did.
And then hold on for dear life. And you can see this in the comment, right? I said, I think it will be a close loss. That's my personal take on it. But we'll be 9-3 regardless. And I always said, and you can watch all my videos, I said, I think we'll still make top 4. That was my prediction before the game. And then this gentleman came in. Well, I don't even know if it's a gentleman because it's Adam T. It could be. Well, there's no last name. There's no photo.
Look,
there's
he's
no
non-binary
profile.
today.
It's one
He's a
subscriber.
non-binary person.
It's one
that's it.
subscriber.
He's not
One
a
subscriber.
He's not a one.
Oh, it's that's not the attitude to have. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, fair enough. All right, I'll cop it. Fair enough. That's it. Probably wasn't because usually, like, you want your fans and members to be when the team's up and about.
Yeah, but
if you don't believe that, I still believe we could win.
Yeah.
And I even said on the show, if we win this game, we can win the flag.
Yeah.
So anyway, the game finishes and we've won, and I get a YouTube notification. Oh, okay, what's going on here? Oh, maybe it's highlights, maybe something. Adam T popped up. you know, fans like you were like a disgrace or whatever, you know, we don't need fans like you. Hand in your membership, jog on, son. Now, you saw my reaction on the fan cam.
Yeah, you weren't happy.
Now, if you haven't seen my work for the last, like, 3 years on the channel and what I've actually done at the club for the last 5 or 6 years, mate, like, seriously, like, I've got 2 words here. F you. I'm not going to say it because it's... I'm not that crude.
It says fuck you.
Okay, thank you.
I'll say it for him.
Thank you.
Because I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. See, there you go. Right, like, I can cop banter, I can cop whatever, but don't ever question my loyalty to this club.
100%, man.
Ever. I go out of my way every single week to do this, right? I go out of my way. I went out of my way as a volunteer for the club for nearly 4 years, week in, week out, the VFL team, to cover them, to do work with them because I love them so much. So how fucking dare you? How dare you say hand in your membership? No, I'm serious. No, because no. People like that need to be fucking called out. I'm sorry. You've got 1 subscriber. Who are you? Who are you? You weren't there when I declared us last week against GWS saying, geez, you're a great member. Fantastic stuff, Paul.
Just because you're honest.
You're just being real.
I just thought it would be a close
realist,
loss.
Yeah?
That's all I thought it would be.
That's when I look low key when I got to the game and we were talking in the week, I'm like, man, it's going to be a hard game. Maybe it's going to be a really close game. Maybe we might lose.
That's been a realist.
I'm sorry.
Well, you can't win 22 games of football in a row. It's never been done.
And you can't be dumb and say we're going to win everything, you know what
and
I
then
mean?
I can't stand when people say you're not a real fan, you're not a real
I was there when we lost by 100 points
know
against
about?
GWS. I was there when we were down 77-7 against Fremantle at half time.
Mate,
I was there when we lost to Adelaide by 100 points.
Mate.
I was there when we lost to Hawthorn in 2015
the most
by 120
humiliating.
points.
Oh,
I stayed
I
from
read
start
that.
to fucking finish. We were 30-1 on Betfair before the game. And I checked my phone, I go, oh.
We've never been that
And I
price.
still went.
That was the most
listen.
Paid up
humiliating.
member for over a decade.
Your loyalty cannot be questioned.
I don't think
Sorry.
we've never...
What are you trying to say?
Adam
that's
T
it. What are
is
you
my
doing?
banana of the week.
That's it. You are a banana. What a dickhead,
can't-
I
man.
reckon he's a bloody...
I just hate people like
Hand
that.
in your membership,
Everyone
jog on.
supports him.
Piss off.
Your job in membership.
Piss
what
off.
a dickhead.
Well,
Adam,
I get the same on my Facebook page, one we were talking about earlier. Like, yeah.
The world's. They look at the world through
hand in your
rose-coloured
membership,
glasses,
bro.
mate. It's all
If you can't...
sunflowers. Oh, we're running through daisy fields. Fuck off, mate.
Unicorns.
If you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose. You're gonna call it on the data and all that. You're being real. That's it.
doesn't mean you don't.
It doesn't mean you don't think we can't win, or you don't support your football club, or you don't love us.
Who was one of the first people when Harry Mackay went out and everybody imploded? Who was one of the first people to say, "No, we'll be all right"?
Yeah.
Me.
No,
He was
realistic.
probably one of the blokes that said we'll go 0-5.
He probably was, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
No, he probably reckons we win every game.
yeah, true. 22 rounds, and we're gonna break records.
And that David Teague was misunderstood.
Hey, listen,
And that Brendan Bolton was okay. He was trying
Adam
his best.
T.
Green
once-
shoots.
Adam T. one subscriber, man, right? Banana of the week, mate. Not many people get to be banana of the week, and you are the banana of the week, and
it's an
you're.
honour.
It's an honour, and
Sorry.
you are in the running for banana of the year.
He's leading
But-
contender.
I'm sorry.
He's a leading
can't.
contender.
You
I
are
can
the
cop
lady
banter.
contender.
I can cop your bald. I can cop you this. I can cop you that. Whatever. Not that.
Not that.
Sorry, not that.
I love
Especially
it.
after what we do, what you do, fucking just to put on this show.
Sorry.
Just to
But
put
we
in
know
the
what we
stuff.
do.
We don't care.
We
We're
know
not
what
doing it.
everyone
No,
does too.
no,
We know, you know.
No, I
There's
just
always
needed
an
to
odd
set,
one
I needed
out.
to set
Beautiful.
that bar there. Sorry.
I love it. All
I still think
right.
Luke Parker's a bigger banana.
I reckon
fight
Mick
on that.
Malthouse was the biggest one.
Well, Mick Bolton, that's a big banana article, that's for sure.
Good bananas, good bananas. All right. What is it? It's Indigenous round,
Yes,
isn't
it
it?
is Indigenous round, Rocco.
So they're tossing the coin, and who's tossing it?
One man called Sid
Jackson,
Jackson.
mate, the greatest,
Famous
arguably the
Can I
greatest.
say that I'm old enough to have seen him play?
Really?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
And the number 5. Fucking oath, I am. 51. So yeah, I actually was a young 6 or 7 year old when I saw him running around the Carlton.
Yeah. I'm old enough to see, but I can't remember. So
No,
I can't remember him actually
He's an
playing.
icon.
Princess Park,
He's just
number
like-
5.
He's a gun, man.
And he played in an era when there was like real tension between.
Wow.
You know, like bad.
Well, he
It was
come in.
racism,
There was
mate.
no holding back those days.
No.
And he come back, and he was one of the only ones. Before
Anything
that, I
but
think
where
there was,
anything went. No whole bars. Everyone just launched.
he was the only one to come. He was the only. I think only
he?
Polly Farmer come before him, and then he might have come along. Then
Wasn't Doug Nichols himself once a Carlton player?
Doug Nichols.
Yeah, the Doug Nichols round.
Oh, I don't know.
I
But
believe
was
he
he
was.
before?
Well,
That's
before.
should know that.
Well, maybe. Look
into it, but
Yeah,
I think
I'll
he
do it
may
right
have.
now.
I think he may have,
segment.
and I don't
So what we'll
necessarily
do
know
is-
if his time at Carlton was pleasurable for him.
Because I know there was it might have been him, but there was an Indigenous player that we had it was a horrible run-in with him, and I
That's
think
right.
we had like
And
a
it might have been Doug
reconciliation
Nichols.
with it. Might have been.
Yeah.
It was a horrible thing, and apparently I think that particular person or his particular Indigenous, I think they may have actually put a curse or something on the club. I remember reading
Bloody
something
worked if
like
they
it.
did it in
Well, yeah,
2000.
I think.
Well, there was the curse
I
on
think
Collingwood.
it was like a
remember?
ghost on the ground, like they cursed the
Yeah.
ground or something.
Yeah.
There was something. I don't know. Someone can correct me.
I think he played for Fitzroy.
Okay, well, someone can correct me in the comments, but I'm
North
certain there was a
Coast
horrible.
Fitzroy, yeah.
I'm certain there was a horrible moment with an Indigenous representative.
I'm sure there was those days.
Nichols tried out for VFL clubs North Melbourne and Carlton before the 1927.
So he probably he probably had a problem with Carlton. I'm sure of it.
He played
Yeah,
some
it's
second
definitely an
matches,
Indigenous
some VFL matches for Carlton, but did not play a second.
Because we had
So
the
you're
club.
right.
The club had a reconciliation of that.
He played in the twos for
But I
Carlton.
believe, and sadly, I believe that there was some acrimony between him and the club.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
That.
Okay.
Which
Oh,
is
Nichols.
Nichols.
Yeah.
Like back in the 20s, we're
Yeah.
talking. Yeah.
Okay.
So almost 100 years ago. So if you reckon. as bad
Definitely not Sid, because
No.
Sid was loved. He was so
and he loved the club.
Yeah. No, he was loved. Did you guys hear the stories like when Eddie Betts first got to Carlton? like he was like an 18-year-old kid, and I think Thursdays it was like after training they'd give him all pasta and stuff. Like he was like standing there thinking, is this free or what?
Yeah, he's like, can I take it or not?
And apparently, like he's like, oh, is it okay if I take one home? Like, and they're like, that's all take them. And he goes, oh, can I take a few for the family? Because he had no money, mate. You know?
No, he was sleeping in the car,
Yeah.
Now look at him.
Now,
Now look at him.
imagine getting Sid Jackson for an interview.
Jeez, imagine getting Sid Jackson.
How are you going to do that, man?
No idea.
All right, let's do Talking Blue, and let's see what happens.
Here we go.
We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues. We're the team that never lets them down. We're the only team old Carlton knows.
We're very privileged to have you, and we're celebrating Indigenous Round, and you were one of the pioneers, really, back in the 60s, coming to Victoria from Western Australia. Do you want to just go back in time for us a little bit and tell us the background to that? How did you grow up playing football, and how did you get to Melbourne eventually?
Yeah, I was a kid born in the north of Perth, in a place called Leonora, my birthplace. And,
Leonora, yes.
in the old days, welfare days, we were all under the welfare system, and we were taken from kids from that area north, and I ended up in the southwest in a place called the Old Native Mission, which is between Bunbury and Collie.
Right.
And that's where I stayed and was brought up until I was 16 years old.
Wow.
And,
How would you describe that experience growing up as a young fella?
pretty tough. We were up at 6 every morning. We had to do the work around the property and the farm to sustain ourselves, and things like milking the cows and feeding the chooks and pigs and chopping the wood and washing the clothes and working in the kitchen.
Wow.
So we do a lot of multi-task work from 6 till 6 at night, and
wow.
I think that's what kept the place running as well. I see it now, when you look at it now, like child labour, wasn't it?
It was, you're right too.
But obviously you had some schooling and education as well.
And how many brothers, did you have brothers and sisters?
I had 2 sisters. We were taken from the north to the south. We were separated, and one went to a Catholic institution.
Okay.
To the Church of England, and I he went to the Churches of Christ, which is the Lady Mission.
Yeah.
We were split up, and I actually never saw them again. So very sad time.
Oh, okay, right. So, when did you first start playing AFL football? Did you always love the game? Or was there a lot of other kids in your mission there that used to play? Or not?
We all played footy in the mission. There were no boots. We were all barefoot, of course, and one football and about 30 or 40 kids. And I think that's where we picked up a lot of our skills. We had to get a kick somehow, and you had to go and get it. And there's so many kids. They were all skilled as you are as well. And, I think that's where we went on football in the first place. And then we were spotted playing free in our school days. We used to play for our school. We were spotted there and asked to East Perth asked 2 or 3 of us to play for.
Okay.
The East Perth Footy Club.
So you started playing at East Perth. How old were you then? What, 17 or 18 or?
A bit younger than that.
A bit younger, 16?
16, yes.
Were you always the most talented between those 30 kids who were trying to get the ball?
No, we all had different skills. We were all good at each other.
Did any of those kids go on to play either WAFL or VFL that you know of? Or was it just yourself?
A couple of them played, yeah.
Okay.
Terry Drews and a couple of others.
Yep.
But there's 2 others. I was lucky enough to get spotted by the legacy game. When Carlton came down and played in Perth, he spotted me playing, and Ron Barassi was the coach then.
Ron Barassi was Carlton coach, yeah. So did he spot you, did he?
He said, yeah, we'll have that kid there. He looks pretty good. So,
Okay.
That's how it started.
Wow.
Really to Carlton.
So the coach himself was the recruiter?
He was, yeah.
How about that?
So tell me something, when they did get you down, you didn't play that first year, did you? Because they wouldn't let you go, would they, Western Australia? Or was it South Perth?
East Perth.
Yeah, you're right. Western Australia was the league thought they were losing too many players from Perth going to prove themselves in Melbourne. And
right.
They brought in a rule called the poaching rule. And anyone wanting to go, brought in the rules, you have to stand out for the year.
Oh, right.
And that's how I became the runner in '68 because I couldn't play, but I was already in Melbourne, and so I became the runner instead of.
So you were the runner in the famous drought-breaking 1968 grand final, hey?
That was it. I was the champion runner.
You were the champ. I can't even...
All right. How's that? So that's only a small snippet. Now you saw at the start, like the bloke is very softly spoken and that, but it was an honour to, like, seriously, I was in awe.
Yeah.
It's one of the players where I was sitting there and I'm going, I can't believe that this bloke's talking to us. He's very funny. Now he talks about at the start, you saw that he talks about like how he was taken away with his sisters, and he never saw his sisters again, you know, because they were brought into 3 different missions, you know, and that's where he learned his football. And then he gets picked up, you know, by Carlton. Ron Barassi actually spotted him.
Wow.
And Ron Barassi was the one who said, "Who's that fella?" And they brought him over. And then you'll see later on, we get him to watch his highlights. And he watches it and he commentates in it. And I'm telling you, watch his face. He's like a kid in a candy store, man. He's loving it. And he makes these comments, which we can't make.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But he could make them, and he makes these comments which are pisser.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Is that because they're jokes and like making fun of his
Like if
own?
we said it, it'd be racist.
Yes.
So he's doing jokes about Indigenous stuff. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the funniest story I've got is one of my friends went up to, I think, Alice Springs to do a gig. And it was at some festival, and there were heaps of Aboriginal kids there, all these Indigenous kids hanging around. And anyway, they lost the power for some reason, or the power went out. And this guy was just backstage waiting for the power to get sorted out. And this young Aboriginal kid walks up to my buddy and he goes, "Hey, Whitey, can you take off your top? We need some light." funny, man.
That's the best.
I love those stories because that's what I want to hear. I want to hear it coming back. Yeah.
But it's real, mate. That's how people.
But I want to hear
are,
it coming back. You know, like they can give it to us. No
You know
problem.
what's it's the old, and I know that you had a little bit of a thing with him, with Jim in Acropolis now at the time. But he did say one thing in his show when there was a show where someone said something and he goes, hey, if you're going to say wog, you say it with a smile on your face. And it's so true. Like if you're going to say something, it depends. If you say, hey, wog, you know, and my mate, I call my mates rednecks every day of the week and they call me a wog and all that and we laugh about it. But if someone says, you wog, now that's different.
It's all about
And
intent. But it's all about intent.
It's the same with that, you know what I mean? It's all about the respect and the thing, you know. And listen, he's a genuine star, man. I'm so honoured that I got to meet the bloke.
That's cool. Exactly. I also used to do a few golf days. I haven't done one for a couple of years, but Glenn James, remember the umpire?
Yeah. Glenn James is a funny bloke, man.
He used to get up and tell jokes at all these things, at these events. But the thing is, he actually used to openly say that he hates people talking about racism because he goes, I've had a great life. He goes, you know, he goes, and I just don't want people to go on about it. The more they talk about it, the worse they're making it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think if you watch back our interview with the Dominator and Hunter, they talk about James because he was in there when there was the Helen.
Yes,
Alan
joke.
D'Amico.
We actually can't repeat the joke that they said on air.
That's right. That's right.
Hilarious.
That's right. So he's hilarious too. Yeah. But so so good. So I hope everyone enjoys that. We definitely enjoy
Thanks
doing
to
that.
Vince again for getting that organised.
Yeah, Vince is a champ, man.
He's doing some
Good mate. I know Vince as well. So
Yeah,
how
no,
you going,
you do
Vince?
know Vince. Vince is a star, man. I'm telling you, he is a star, and he's a big part. He is the jumper punch also, you know, because we do that segment, yeah. So there you go. Hey, what do we got? Our favourite segment.
Is it our favourite segment?
I think so.
It has to be our favourite segment. Every segment.
Che bello. Ma che cazzo sta a fa? Ma che cazzo sei? Ma che cazzo? Ma che cazzo la so? Fatti i cazzi, guarda.
Che cazzo! I'm bored. All right. First of all, I've got a pick. Let's have a look. Everyone's getting involved in Lumberjack Cuts. Have a look at this one. This is a very rare photo of an Italian falcon.
That's a falconer.
That's a falconer. That's Peter Falconer.
A Ford falconer.
That's Peter Falconer.
Falconer.
Number 36.
How good's that, man? How good is that? Hey, listen, when we're going to do, like, we're doing Indigenous rounds. Let's have a bit of fun in the 60s, 70s, 80s, right? How it used to be. These are the cartoons we used to watch. Have a look at this.
Let's have a look.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little engines. 4 little, 5 little, 6 little engines. Sorry, that one was a half-breed. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little engines. 10 little engine boys.
Wow.
Back when it was innocent times.
You know what, Disney? They did not give a shit, mate. I'll tell you. And that's probably one of the most tamest ones I've seen. You know. So.
Wow. My God.
Wow.
When was that from? 60s, 70s?
Nah, that probably about the 80s, yeah.
Oh, that cartoon? No, that would have been made 50s.
Earlier?
Oh, much earlier, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Much
I
earlier.
remember in the
We
80s.
grew up with it in the 80s, but that was
Yeah,
made
you're probably
sort of-
right. 60s, 70s, maybe
No,
50s.
much earlier.
But that's what we used to watch. And you know what? I haven't turned out racist at all. So
there you go.
Well, there's two things you've got to get rid of in this world. There's racism and India. It was a joke, okay?
It was a joke, kind of, right? There's a little bit of funniness.
It's just a joke.
We love the Indians too.
Food's good.
Hey, listen. Sometimes, right, the way you speak, people misunderstand you, right?
That's true.
Right? And then, well, I know, because it happens a lot to me. So let's have a look at this.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the house you've got for sale.
Well, I'd rather not answer it.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I'm not going to spell my business to anybody over there. No.
Well, I'm not interested in how much you want for the house. I'm just interested in why you don't want any Asians to buy it and move in.
Well, because the simple reason they're turtle Asian.
Why don't you want Asians moving into your house?
Because I don't like the Asians, that's all there is.
You don't want them in your place?
They're just a mob of crooks, that's all they are.
And that there's a law against what you're doing?
Well, no one has told me that, and I mean to say even the Asians...
You think it's wrong?
Even the Asians himself, he said I can have my sign up. If we get a buyer, I can sell it.
But you won't sell it to an Asian person?
If they come up with a buyer, yes. All they're interested about is just to put the sign up. That's all. I've had agents, I haven't knocked them back.
What would... Oh, no, agents. Did you know what your
Asians, I'm sorry, well, that's a bad expression.
Is that what you say, no Asians?
No.
You say no agents?
Agents, sorry.
No agents.
No agents.
I was wondering how that was going.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
That is classical, mate. You can see the poor bloke. What are you talking? I don't like him, mate. I don't like him. They're lazy.
So well, he was not wrong. The agents are lazy.
Yeah.
Bloody agents.
Oh, God.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. All right, let's go. This is one for you.
One for me.
Let's have a look at this one.
Have a look at this. Oh, greyhound. Oh, God. Here we go. Where's the number?
Yeah, just in the middle.
Run.
Oh, no.
Is that a rabbit or a squirrel?
Well, that's actually a real one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was a
You
rabbit
see
or
the
a
way they
squirrel.
just took off,
Wow,
mate? That's sick. Hey, listen. This is more for us. Do you ever remember the Atari Kung Fu Fighter?
Kung Fu Fighter, yeah, the Atari, the game, yeah.
The game, the old version.
Yeah.
Have a look at this.
That's it. Oh
Fuck, they do it so good, man.
my God. It's actually like a game.
Wait till they
You get special, yeah. His legs.
That's awesome.
How good is that, man?
I'd
That
like to
is-
see that without nothing, no sound effects. They
Well, we
look like
could do it.
idiots.
We could do
Yeah,
it.
true.
We'll do it for next
You
week.
don't know what's going on.
We'll take out the sound effects next week. All right, I like it. No, that was a good one. All right. Hey, listen. Since we got the world's funniest Melbourne comedian right on the couch, let's have a look at one of best one-liner comedians
know you're gonna
in
say.
the history.
I was talking to my doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombox. You know my doctor? Well, he told me last week in his office he got 6 cases of VD. I mean, he's all right now, you know. And my doctor, he don't help either. He told me to run 5 miles a day for 2 weeks. I called him up. I said, Doc, I'm 70 miles from my house. I'll tell you my trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombox. You know my doctor? What a doctor. You kidding? What a doctor. I called him up. I told him I had diarrhea. Put me on hold. He's a strange doctor.
Strange
Oh,
doctor.
very. You kidding? I asked him if my heart was strong enough for sex. He told me not if I join in, you know? I'll tell you my trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombox. Know my doctor? What a doctor. Oh, I called him last week. I told him, Doc, I swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills. He told me to have a few drinks and get some rest.
Life's not easy.
Not easy. You
Not
can't trust
easy.
doctors either. They're all mixed up. You
really
kidding?
think so, huh?
My proctologist used to be a photographer.
Yeah.
Hey, he took x-rays, told me to bend over and say cheese. Oh, one time I saw him, he gave me sleeping pills. He told me to take them whenever I wake up. one. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombas. You know my doctor? But God, will you? What a doctor. He's really mixed up. He grabbed my knee and told me to cough and hit me in the balls with a hammer. Now, when I was born, after the doctor cut the cord, he hung himself. I tell you, my problem is I drink too much, way too much.
Yeah.
I get my doctor a urine specimen. There was an olive in it. My friend, Dr. Vinny Boombas.
Vinny Boombas, how is it?
Oh, he's okay, he's fine.
How is the good doctor?
He's not mixed up at all. He knows what he's doing every minute. He's busy writing.
Is he doing some new book, is he?
Oh, a new book just came out, a big book, Johnny. Love story.
Love story.
All about a girl who had a wild romance with an architect.
What's it called?
The book is entitled She Fell in Love with His High Rise. Too deep. Anyway.
Is either one of the funniest.
Oh, he's
online.
funny, yeah.
OG.
I used to love his, like, what a crowd. Oh, I got no respect.
And his movies, Caddyshack. And,
Caddyshack. Oh, remember the lines in that movie? Hey, last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a hook in it. Oh, she would have been something before electricity.
Fucking classic, man. Love the bloke. All right. Hey, let's go to one more. He's actually a friend of yours, this bloke here.
Joe
Avard. Let's have a look at this.
But you know what? Let me tell you something about this show. This is the message in the show. You know, a lot of people say, you know, what's this whole show about? This is the message in the show. The message is that it actually makes you realise who you are. The show, because you know, not so much now, but our parents and grandparents, they encountered racism, didn't they, when they came to this country? As did most people who went to any other country other than the one that they were born. And you know, and the Aussies would say, "You're a wog, go back to where you come from." So a couple of years ago, on behalf of my parents and grandparents, I went back to where they came from. And when I got to the south of Italy, the Italians said, "Go back home, you're an American." So who am I? And that is the message in the show. Who are we, folks? And it wasn't until I went back that I realised who I was. And you've got to go, don't you? You've got to go back to see where your parents come from, the village or the city that your parents come from, because they talk so much about it, don't they? And every wog dad had that same story, didn't it? When I was like you, I used to walk 40 kilometres to go to school. One way. But then they make up all this other bullshit that you know is not... He makes you think that he's Indiana Jones, right? Oh, yeah, I was walking through the bush, there was snow, there was hail, there was the rain, there was the snake, the spider, there was the wolf behind the tree. I was waiting for Little Red Riding Hood to come out in this story. Oh, yeah, 40 kilometres I got to the school. And then when you go to the village, the school is right next to the house.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, spent a fair bit of time with him.
Yeah, Joe's
one of the absolute OGs of Australian
he's
comedian.
funny, man.
Incredible.
He's funny, man. Like, seriously, I've been... two people have made me laugh so much that I had to block my ears. Literally block my ears. Like, stop, because I need to breathe, right? And he's one of them. I was there and he was telling the story about making the wine, and how it closed the garage a bit when I could see, and they were making the sauce and then putting the thing, and then I was fucking dying, mate. So, absolute star. And you've spent a bit of time with him.
Oh, yeah, and I've toured with him.
Yeah, he's an absolute star. Absolute star. All right, hope everyone enjoyed that. All right, one of Paul's favourite segments.
I'm keeping this very short and sweet this week. It's just going to go straight into the betting segment.
Is it?
Yep. No call, no comment.
No call?
No, nothing. There's nothing. Because this is a big announcement.
All right, Howie. The multi.
Now, the multi last week, it gets refunded because Orazio Fantasia didn't play. So I think we're in profit. Can we get the little graphic up? So
let's get the graphic up there.
Look, I think we're up 340.
Our
profit's $343 at the moment. This is after the bet we've put on. Ladies and gentlemen, bet of the year this weekend is coming up. Right? So back up the trucks. Get the Armour Guard vans ready.
I said 39.
Get ready to take your missus or your lovely partner to Mongolian hot pot when it lobs. Get them a lovely hot pot. You can share it, then you can go out for dessert after it. Bet of the year. Carlton by 40 or more points against Collingwood.
Wow.
Is an absolute
What was it
fucking
paying?
moral. $2.80. It is an absolute moral.
Why isn't it paying more than that?
Absolute moral.
$1.26.
It is an absolute Monty.
That's a good one.
Carlton by 40
Alright.
or more
Or,
against
or
Collingwood.
you could go exact score and go the 62 as I said. It'll be like 20, 25.
Whatever it is,
put everything on it.
it is an absolute moral. It is unbeatable.
I reckon we're going to break the hoot. Not the hoodoo.
My punting mouse.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to break the hoodoo. 10 goals. It's going to happen, mate.
This
It's gonna
is.
happen
I hope
this
so,
year.
man.
40
I reckon it's going to be a
points.
big win. I think it's going to be a big
It's
win.
going to be over 39 and a
We
half,
fucking
so
hope
40
so.
points
Yeah.
or more. It is an absolute moral.
What's the score?
46 to 24.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
the game against Fremantle.
Nah, that doesn't matter.
It
That
has
doesn't
no
matter.
bearing.
It's actually good that they won.
Yeah,
Well,
don't
they're
care.
not winning yet. It's still a quarter and a bit.
Yeah,
to go.
They are in Carlton to win by 40 or more. Is
All right,
an
I like
absolute
it. All right,
Monty this
everyone,
weekend.
empty out your bank accounts. Go and put it in
Gamble
there.
responsibly, of
Gamble
course. We're in profit this year because of a couple of multis, so very well done.
This could be our only chance.
But yeah,
Pay off
we're having $150
Pay off those
$150 for the tally
Keep it going.
at 280.
I love it.
And you might even get a better price if Collingwood do end up beating Fremantle, which
Yeah,
we're
you
not
probably
sure.
get like 2.
The views of this man by no means reflect any of the views of the other people on the
There you go. It's
I'm
just
all
that
about it.
my
All right,
punting
love
views
it.
this year have made us over
So
$350.
I'm gonna have about 15,000 on
There
it.
you go. Lear there, right? Which is
Lear
close,
there, which
close
is
to about
$4.
$15.
Not even about
$4.26.
$1.
So that's Paul's call for this week.
Paul's call. All right, you're going to rest the vocal cords for a big one next week.
Absolutely.
Big one, because we're going to beat Collingwood, so it's going to be a big
So,
call.
yeah, back up the armour guard trucks.
Big
Back
call
up
next
the
week.
trucks. Moral.
All right, done. I love it.
Unbeatable.
I love it. I bloody love it. Hey, Adam T, take that. All right. This is one of the fans' favourite segments. Let's have a look.
Who wants to be king?
Formula One is all too often described as a circus, and I'd take it one step further by calling it a wild circus. The politics between drivers and teams, the money and sponsors, and even the advertisers all add to a varying degree of external noise. It's what adds to the flavour to any series and makes that drama so much more intense. And we love the heroes and loathe the villains, and Formula One is no different.
Yes! Michael Schumacher takes the lead.
By the winter break, we weren't entirely sure where Schumacher would rank among his fellow drivers, and with the 1990s being perhaps the most diverse decade the sport has ever seen, with 7 different drivers to claim the title, it was becoming apparent that 2 standout teams would emerge as outright constructors' contenders. And we're talking none other than the Scarlet Prancing Horses and the British Bulldogs McLaren. The pair traded blows and consistently matched each other from 98 to 2000, with McLaren's Mika Hakkinen taking the upper hand on both occasions. But 99 had its crucial turning point, and by the time the calendar had reached Silverstone, Formula One was about to change forever. During a red flag session, Schumacher's Ferrari failed to brake at Stowe Corner and the car plummeted headfirst into the tyre wall. The resulting injuries casted doubt over where the Maranello team's future would be, as the injured double world champion could be out for good. Michael was forced to withdraw from the Grand Prix and missed out a further 6 races that season, and ultimately handed the title to Mika Hakkinen. During the time away from the sport, Michael would spend time with former world champion Niki Lauda, who in the 1970s had narrowly escaped death while racing at the infamous Nürburgring. The story of Lauda's life-changing injuries and eventual success is echoed throughout each generation of motor racing, and has most recently been visualized on the Hollywood big screen. Michael was receiving world-class treatment and at the same time being mentored by one of sport's all-time greatest comeback champions. Schumacher knew what he had already achieved, and he was ready to show off what he was capable of. Later that same year, the German had taken his race seat again and stormed to an impressive 2nd place on his return to the series. He did this not only at Malaysia, but also at Japan, leaving the entire Formula One world shocked in disbelief. A remarkable recovery from only 3 months prior with 2 game-changing drives. And little did we know, this was only going to be the beginning. The new millennia had turned and a new era of Grand Prix dominance would ensue. Ferrari had spent over a year moving management around and decided to bring in a proven Barrichello to assist Schumacher in the Constructors' title bid. The pair would go on to amass 57 wins over the course of 5 seasons, clinching both the Constructors and the Drivers' Championships on both occasions. The rest? Well, that was history.
All right, there you go, guys. When we were kings, the Schumacher, the king. That's where he had that accident, man.
Crushed his leg.
Crushed his
Poor
leg.
bloke.
And the McLaren. See, those were the years you were going to, why do you follow, man? I was a McLaren man those days, man. So it was always McLaren Ferrari. And he actually, the McLaren Hakkinen
Yeah.
won it that year. But after missing out like 6
I think it was, 6 or 7
6 or 8
races,
rounds,
Nearly half the season.
he
Back
came
then.
second.
There you go.
He
Freak.
came second. So what a freak. So that was part 4. And we come into the conclusion. Oh, there's a few more weeks for the conclusion. All right,
What
all
happens
right.
at the end of it? He wins.
What happens at the end of it?
How many does he win? I don't know.
What happens
He wins. That's it. He just wins.
Mate.
All right, in closing.
What a show it's been.
Big show. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, subscribe, like, and share.
And comment.
Everybody.
Everything.
Comment, yep.
You can
Have a
jump on
look
my
at
TikTok before I get banned again.
Jump on his
what is
TikTok
yours?
before.
Well, there's 2 accounts at the moment, but these are my 4th and 5th accounts. There's Gabriel Rossi Comedy 2 and Rossi Comedy 2. Or Rossi Comedian, I think. Anyway, just you'll find me, and if you're a real big believer in everything that's going on in the world, don't bother.
Yeah, that's right.
And look, there's a reason I'm running in the state election.
He's running in the state election.
Yes, there's a reason. I believe that our government are not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So there's going to be a dirty wog.
That's right. Well, there's enough clowns in politics already, so I thought, why not a
Why
not a professional?
Salami making.
Why not a
day?
professional clown?
Surely,
That's it.
if he gets in,
There's
there's
a
a day off for salami making.
Well,
day.
that'll be Friday, the 7th of July.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
And then there'll also be a weekend public holidays for tomato salsa. Salsa, yeah.
Has
and
to
the
be.
vino.
Yeah. And we'll be.
Well, we got a
reducing-
day off for the AFL bloody
That's right.
parade.
Yeah.
We'll be reducing tax on all small goods.
All the skins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the skins.
Salami will only be you're not allowed to. You got to have skin that actually comes off first go. That's that'll be my new rule.
Are we moving in salami? Do we use synthetic or do we use?
The old is better. It just comes out better.
Some old bloke in
I use
Reservoir.
synthetic.
It's
You got to
easier.
move on. You got to move on, man. It's too hard, man. The other one breaks. It's just like a pain, man. I'm telling
Maybe
you.
your hands are
Hang
too
on,
rough.
I can hear the cries from the northern suburbs just ringing out.
Too
right
rough.
there.
I do like the synthetic, but the old
And-
style is still goated.
It's still the same ingredients.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
All right. Get onto YouTube channel. Make
onto
sure.
the Jumper Punch
but
YouTube
this
channel and
week,
subscribe.
Mark Sellers McClure and Sid Jackson. Seriously, you don't get bigger than that. Subscribe. Everyone, get on there now and subscribe. Get onto the merch. Have a look at the merch now. Have a look at the merch. You're going to get onto the merch.
Get
We've
on
got the
the
Jumper
merch.
Punch, Makakatsa, and
Hoodwinked.
Hoodwinked.
Hey, did you hear the story about a woman who went to a Italian male brothel because she hadn't had sex for a long time? Did you hear this story?
Nah.
Anyway, she gets there and she's a bit nervous. She goes to the guy at the front. She goes, "What happens here? I don't know how this works." She goes, "Look, it's $100 to come in, and we've got 4 floors." She goes, "What?" He goes, "Whatever's on the door, you'll see." So she gets to the first floor. It says piccolo cuts. So she goes, no, I'm not going there. And then she goes to the second floor. It says medio cuts. She goes upstairs. It says grande cuts. She's thinking, fuck, there's one more level. I'm going to check it out. Gets to the top. It says ma che cazzo. I thought that
Ma che cazzo
I thought
vuoi?
that would fit into.
And let me just say, us 3 weren't in that room.
Nah.
That's it.
I was the first level.
You were level 1.
Level 1. I was level 1, mate.
And he was the receptionist.
Ma che cazzo. Love it.
I don't think places like that exist, actually.
I don't know.
Well, if women want sex, they just go to the pub. They don't need to pay for it. They just
That's
go,
right. Yeah. All right.
All right. Merch. Hey, Top Dog Liquor.
Top Dog Liquor. Yep,
Thank you
Lincoln
for coming
Hosking.
on board.
Thank you
Make
very
sure
much.
everyone get
Manjaro
in your
Football.
photos.
Get your bloody photos in. We've got 2 winners already. Melbourne Coffee Roasting Co's on
Marino
board.
Bros.
Marino Bros are on board. Oh,
Is
he back?
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Oh.
Let's have a look at him.
All right, let's go.
It doesn't matter. Marika is in the delivery room. Oh, you know, I was in there for 3 weeks, but I had to come out. Terrible noise, you know. Not Marika. It's Aphrodite, my mother. Like this. Ah! Ah! She moves in 3 weeks ago. As soon as the contradiction starts, she started to scream. She sleeps at the foot of Marika's bed. She wants to look after her, you know. The doctor not like it because when he tries to touch Marika, my mother bites him on the leg. Because she wants to make sure the baby's all right. You know, the doctor, he showed me what to do when the baby is born. Have a look at this, mate. Because what you do, you got to get the umbrella, the cord, you know, and you got to tie him. No, I don't do like that. I do like this. Here's the cord. Have a look at this. Beautiful. Just grab the cord like that, put him through the machine. What is that?
Oh, we'll find out next week what happens with Agapi, mate. With Agapi, I wonder what happens, mate. He had to go and sell his fruit there. He works at Marino Bros.
Does he really?
Yeah,
for real.
But Agapi's in the hospital, so he had to go and sell the
correct.
fruit from there.
He hasn't aged a year.
No.
Like what? Disney?
That was Marino Brothers, yes, 100%. All right. Just a few viewers to thank.
Yep, let's go through them.
The first one is
Jeff Stevenson. Excellent interview. 1990 was the first year I really fell in love with the Blues as a young fella growing up. Listening intently to the radio every Saturday, hoping the Blues would win. Well done. Now that is in light of the Peter Dean.
Peter Dean.
Fantastic.
Loved it.
Fantastic.
We also had this one.
Rob Warren. He was our earlier version of Doherty, only my opinion, but the Doc certainly is a good comparison. Very similar. I wonder if I'm on my own little island.
No, I've made that comparison before.
Yeah, close.
Leadership-wise, inspirational.
Kind of plays that kind of style, you know, just moves forward and that. How about this bloke? George
Foskolos.
Foskolos.
Zach Williams calf injury, 10-12. I've been considering sending in the Herald Sun poster of the 2022 side so you can reverse the Malocchio on the whole list. Equals second most players used behind it. Thanks for the CFC talk and entertainment. Thank you very much, George.
Very true.
Fantastic.
Very true. The Malocchio.
Who else have we got? Joseph Luca, Rocco Ari, episode 36. Mark McClure, if available.
Oh.
Have to go to Norton's or the Fenwick when Parkin banned Norton's.
Wow. Watch the interview and you find out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Geez, we had a fair few comments come in, swinging and flying in. John Holden, he messaged,
always.
me. Glad to see you off your deathbed, Rocco. Paolo absolutely love the Italian call. La Bomba. He's brilliant. Keep up.
The La Bomba is back.
It
Is
is
that
Charlie.
Heredia La Bomba?
Can't say that. Not allowed to say anything about him.
You can
Say whatever you want.
He'll cancel us.
That's it.
Oh, geez, yeah.
All right.
He's moved on. He's closed that chapter, he said, because he got his payout.
Did he?
Oh, no.
All right.
I'm just guessing.
Okay.
It's been a big show.
Keys
We
too.
thank first of all Gav for coming on, mate.
You're
I
welcome.
hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can tell I hate talking Carlton.
No, we love it, man. We love it, and we love your passion.
Yep.
We love what you do too. Everyone, make sure you catch you at.
Yeah, I'll be down the Comics Lounge a fair bit the next few weeks, yeah.
Yep.
I just jump up and do a lot of spots there. Just
Yeah, you
spots
do.
and stuff. Yep.
You do. And is there anything coming
Oh,
up?
I'm going to do a show. George Capignaris and I do a show called A Night at the Wopera.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's a big musical comedy show where we just do, like what you've seen me do today.
Yeah.
We do a bit of Queen, wogify them.
Yeah.
We've got this version of Bohemian Rhapsody. It's called Calabrian Rhapsody. and in the song, it's about a 51-year-old Italian bloke who's finally decided to summon up the courage to tell his mum and dad he's moving out. So he goes, Mama, ooh, I didn't mean to make you cry, but I'm off to see the bank so I can borrow for a home of my own. I know you and Dad will be shattered. So yeah, there's a bit of that. We do a whole medley on the Beatles, WOG version, you know, and we've even got a section in the show called Lockdown the Musical. We do songs about COVID. I can give you a demo if you like.
I was going to say, to finish us off, how about you give us a demo and finish off?
So this is a bit of a COVID tune that I can
Yeah,
do.
this way, and then I want to hear in the preamble to the show. There was a Collingwood one that you.
Oh, the Collingwood.
We've got to end it on the Collingwood one. So.
No, but what about you did a mix of our theme song?
That's
Okay,
what he's
all right.
talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah,
the one. All right,
correct,
that's how
correct.
we're going to finish it.
Beautiful. All right.
So this is
What's this one?
This is a Billy Joel song. Right?
Okay.
Lockdown girl, she's been living in a lockdown world. She wears her moccasins from 9 to 5. She's scared of COVID, thinks she won't survive. That's not a life for a lockdown girl. Her hair was straight, but now there's lots of curls. Her skin is pasty white with no fake tan. She uses Zoom to have sex with her man. She has sore hands. And when she goes into lockdown each time, she goes on Facebook and has a big whine. She says she's happy when she's locked up because she's a lazy fuck. There you go, she's my lockdown girl.
So that's what we're going to be looking forward to.
So your theme song's Blue, isn't it?
Yeah, so what we'll do is, first of all, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on.
For coming on. It's been a pleasure. We'll definitely, if you like, we'll get you back.
Yep.
Will we get you back?
Well, close to finals.
I reckon close to finals.
Maybe even during finals.
I reckon during the grand final celebrations.
Well, calm down. I already know that if we make the grand final, I can't go.
Why?
I'm seeing a wedding that day with your fucking believe. Tell me.
I'd low-key call in sick and say you got COVID.
It's in Queensland.
Yeah, I'll call in sick.
And it's big payer.
Yeah, I know.
And let's just say they booked me a year ago. There's no fucking way I thought we were going to be
No,
there.
that's it. Well, yeah, no worries.
Hopefully spike the bride and the groom with like food poisoning and then get it.
They get COVID. Yeah. No, you don't want to wish that on the podcast.
No, I am, so I can be there.
That's it.
No, by then it won't be COVID anymore. It'll be monkeypox.
Yeah, we got the new one coming. That's
There's
it.
a new disease, fellas. And it ain't happy. Monkeypox. What happened to chicken pox, mate?
No, now it's monkeypox.
They've
Yeah,
gone
I know,
from-
there's a
Go
new
through
one.
the animals, haven't they?
Apparently they don't reckon it's that transmissible from person to person.
We'll find out, won't we?
But apparently monkeys love it.
That's it.
Do you remember that TV show Monkey? The old,
Yeah.
You remember? Monkey.
Probably not.
Yeah. Used to be like
It was
that.
after school, used to come and watch Monkey on the ABC. It was a Japanese show, and they did subtitle. They actually dubbed it.
They dubbed
Oh,
it.
you're kidding me.
Enough fake. You want to fake me?
That's exactly how it was. I'm telling you, it's that bad. It's good.
Yeah.
It's that bad. It's good. Yeah.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Fucking funny as.
All right. Thanks, Gab.
Thank you very much.
We'll finish off with the new version to our song.
Here we go.
I'm blue, I don't follow the pies. If I did, I would die. 'Cause I have a good life and I don't like magpies. And I'm not unemployed and I never smoke ice. 'Cause if I did, I would die. So that's for my Collingwood friends out there. You're all losers.
So when my kid was playing hockey, when he was about 12 or so, he was in the championship game, just at a local arena, and it was really fun to watch. The teams were pretty equal, which is something that you want, so that everybody can expand their skills while they're playing. And it was like 5 seconds to the end of the game, and the other team made a breakaway and came down, and the guy came down the ice and scored. It was a beautiful goal, and it was 4-3, and that was the end of it, right? And on my kid's team, there was the kid who was the star, and he was a pretty good hockey player. He came off the ice, and he was very annoyed about what had happened. He smashed his stick on the cement and was complaining about the refereeing and acting as if he'd been robbed. And his father came up, and instead of saying, "Get your act together, kid, that's no way to display yourself after a loss," he said, "Oh yeah, man, you were robbed, that the referees didn't ref right, and you played the best and you should have won." And I thought, you absolute son of a bitch, you're ruining your son. And then the question is why? Because his son was the star and was trying to win. Why was he ruining his son? Well, you're trying to train your son not to win the game. You're trying to train your son to win the championship. And so that's a series of games. But then life isn't the championship. Life is a whole bunch of championships. It's a whole sequence of them. And so what you're actually trying to train your son to do is to be a contender in the entire series. And the way you do that is by helping him develop his character. And the character is actually the strategy that would enable him to win the largest number of games across the largest possible span of time.